All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Pawclaw Show. We're here for another Back for Blood stream. This time we are going to be running a speedrunning competition hosted by me. We actually had one like this before. Our first amateur speedrunning competition ever on Back for Blood between a couple of friends of ours. And we have the same guest today. Another competition of Sully versus Bub on a different act today, but same competitors. How are you guys doing today, Sully?
Doing good. Trying to remember how to play because we haven't played in like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has been some time, and even before the that competition, we had just beaten the game, I believe, on Veteran up to Act 4, and shortly after we decided to do a little speedrun competition, mostly because the real Vinsane and I, or Vincent here in the Discord call, and I decided that we were kind of into the speedrunning stuff. We wanted to do our own little thing, a little competition. It was a whole lot of fun. Our second competitor we have going against Sully is Bub. Bub, say hi.
How you guys doing?
Yeah, it was pretty close, pretty close. I enjoyed the last competition. We did Act 1 before, on Recruit. We're doing on Recruit just because it kind of gives the most consistency, we believe. And, you know, a lot of speed, very followable without getting too complicated, although the game has its own RNG. Anyway, today, we're deciding between doing Act 2 and Act 3 leading up to the competitors. Sully and Bub will be heading off against each other in a best-of-3 fashion, so they're going to try to go through the act, whatever card decks they want, and see who comes out on top, who has a better time on each run. And of course, you know, if you win 2 out of 3 of those runs, they win the whole thing. Now, as far as how the steps will go, we're going to start it off as such. We're going to have an initial time given to both players to pick their deck and decide what they want to do. Of course, this is after our initial discussion of what act we're going to do. They're going to be given, I'm going to give them 10 minutes each to decide what deck they want to do based on the act. They'll give them the time to look at the levels, the organization of the levels, the pathing, try and recall what is involved in each of them, and to make a fair deck for themselves. Look at the gun range, look at the mobility and everything they need to kind of come back, you know, full circle and just get a grounding back into the game since it's been so long. Then they're going to go and do the levels, and after round 1, we're going to give them another timer of 5 minutes to decide their deck going forward for the next round. If there is a tie between Sully and Bub, there may be a discussion in the works of a wildcard system similar to the first competition. I already have a few things in mind that I could offer to each player, and then be able to choose amongst 2 or 3 choices, which will be brought up at another time. But for now, we're going to get started. Me and Vin will be in the commentator's booth to commentate this whole entire thing. If you guys in the chat have any questions, or perhaps you guys have any suggestions that might be watching this later, do let me know on the stream or in the video when this is posted. Vin, you there? You ready to go?
I was born ready.
All right, let's get going. All right, so on 3, on 3, I'll have you guys go in the training decks. You will have 10 minutes each to decide what deck you want to use. Look at the level overlay, look at the guns, whatever you feel like you need to do in that time. When that time is up, I will message you guys on Discord. You'll get the blip, and I will also undeafen you guys and just let you guys know as well. If I see you guys chilling on the campaign screen with Act 2 loaded up, I'll just assume you're done, and I'll just wait till both people are done.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Nice. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, Vin, looking at the screen here, I think they're both deafened now. You there, Vin?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Sorry
Alright,
about that.
cool.
Grabbing a can opener, but that's besides the point. So I see they're already beginning to create their deck.
Yeah, so now they're creating their deck. This is for Act 2. I'm gonna give a few notes I had because I actually did do a test run on Act 2 before the competition started, just to get a feel of how long it would take for our contestants here, and also just kind of what build and how things start. So, going off with how Act 2 starts, I believe you get 2 or 3 cards to start off. So, even though it is a runner sort of level, you know, it's important to kind of get your feet in the water while you can. It's important to get, I want to say, running cards, but it's funny because if you start Act 1, you go all speed starting out, right? You want to go all speed for like the first 4 levels and nothing else matters. However, in Act 2, what we're going to find, and I think what everybody will see, is that there's a lot of just long strides. There's a lot of long strides, and not just to get from point A to point B, but to get some objectives done. So it's going to be interesting seeing how these guys start off and how they fare, because it's not the classic, hey, I'm going to start with 1 card, choose 1 card. It's 3 cards, so I feel like it's going to trip them up, and it's going to set the pacing for this first round. I'm looking forward to how this turns out.
I know in the previous patch, at least for Nightmare, but in Act 2, you usually want to go with more of a DPS build, and the most effective build for that, towards the second checkpoint, is the grenade build. It does insane damage, and it just shreds through everything. Everything. But also factoring out that money efficiency is also like a factor as well, where you gotta like balance out your economy for each level. At least on Nightmare. When on Recruit, it's probably a lot more lenient, but I still think that even in this current patch, it's probably the most effective build right now.
Right.
But of course, it's towards the latter end, naturally. So it looks like Bub has a good idea. He's definitely sticking with the regeneration from like last time. Interesting. So is Sully now as well. I guess they're both like remembering what each other did the last time around.
Yeah, and it looks like, yeah, the thing that we know from the last competition about Bub is that he does have kind of a lay of the land on the grenade strategy that was used in Act 1 for the Breaker, for a couple, a few of the mobs that were getting involved, and it seems like he's going to get ahead of that. And he has a full deck laid out. He's just kind of parting ways with some of the cards and splitting the deck, deciding where he really wants to get some of these objective cards in the middle of his speed cards, because as we know and as we've said, speed is important, but objective with the grenades and just a power build is also very important.
Well, for those latter part of the levels for the next checkpoint, I don't know if there's 2 or 3 checkpoints in Act 2, but for the last part of the checkpoints, the boss rush shot, I guess we could call it. They're very, very short levels. Like it's like from point A to point B in like 10 feet instead of like 100 feet, So,
right.
But like you said, you just have to do the objectives, and then once you do the objectives, then you go to the safe house or said mission ends. So.
I'm starting to get a little concerned for Sully here, because he is looking at cards he needs, and he is looking at oh, interesting.
Does he know
okay.
that...
He's flicking over to the... He's looking at the prior deck he had for the previous competition. Very interesting. I was going to say I was very concerned that perhaps he was... He didn't know that he's allowed to look at the levels and allowed to look at sort of what's going on with the how how the levels go about. He seemed a bit stuck, but he is searching, so that is something good.
Do they both know they have to make the deck under training? Okay,
Yes, they're both aware.
Okay, that's good.
All right, I think I'm gonna give them a note as they're doing this real quick, just to make sure.
But yeah, you pretty much summed up like the 1.0 strategy, which is basically still very similar to.
Yeah, hold on. I just want to let them know because they're at 4 minutes left. Guys, continue making your deck. Don't worry, you guys have 4 minutes left. I am just letting you guys know while you're doing this deck, you are able to check the gun range and check the levels that is not out of permission. You guys have 4 minutes left. You can look at your previous decks, whatever you want to look at. And also, make 100% sure that those decks are made in the training or solo category. Don't make them in the other category, but you guys should be good from there. Good luck.
Okay.
Are they also allowed to look at like videos or tips or whatever?
The thing is I didn't say they couldn't, but I just wanted that to be implied. Ideally, I just because it's very interesting to see what they kind of come up with by themselves. And for the sake of competition, I think it's great that they will just kind of come up with things themselves, but I'm open to that, you know? There's a lot of stuff out there, and they only had 10 minutes, so it would be a big risk almost to watch a deck and not entirely understand what the context is.
Now's not the time.
Alright, so let's look from left to right. We have about 3 minutes left. We have Bub. It looks like he's starting off with Run Like Hell and On Your Mark. So he's gonna get that initial starting run speed of plus 15% thanks to On Your Mark for the first 30 seconds, but only for the first 30 seconds. And that will maximize his speed. That first level, oh right, so that first level is the level you have to go into the parking garage, and you have to delete all the nodes. So that speed will help for that initial charge. But once you reach the second and the third level, it becomes a major sprint. So it's really hard to say if that was an entirely good choice, but that is the fun of Act 2 and I'm looking forward to, because it's not necessarily easy A to B, but at the same time, it's not too hard. It doesn't really become too hard until, like you were mentioning, Vin, earlier, the boss rush sort of towards the end of Act 2. The Ogre, the Breaker, the Two Breakers, the Snitches. All that stuff is going to kind of require more of a power build or grenades just to kind of be efficient. Looking over here at Sully's deck, he's got Cross-Trans, Olympic Sprinter, and Run Like Hell. I'm liking what I see because speed is the name of the game, of course, but getting an early run on a sprint build is also a good idea. He's got a lot of cardio in the beginning, a lot of stamina, and sort of mitigation of the stamina he would use. But I think it's well managed. He's got grenades in the middle. He's getting a support accessory and a grenade accessory, and he's thinking about weak spot cards. Not a bad idea at all. He's got some use speed cards there too. So I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing. What do you think, Vin, right now?
Well, I think I don't know too much speedrunning strategies or discoveries or skips, so I'm secretly looking on the side of on the video to do my own research as I go along.
Right.
So there's going to be a lot of time savers that that they could possibly save some from. Like, for example, will they both know that about the toolkit door in the first part? Will one of them buy a toolkit or whatever and use it, or pick Harley?
All right, time is up. I'm gonna have to let our contestants know. So we are going to get going. So proceed to the Act 2 screen on training. All right, so we have both decks on the screen now between Bub and Sully. We'll do the same thing for the next round and a third round if we do get to that. So right now we will have that deck outline on the screen. As discussed, we are going to start the timer here when they lock in their decks. So feel free to choose your decks at this point, guys. And don't lock in yet. When we lock in, that's when the timer will start. And the timer will end on Act 2 when, Vin?
As soon as the second breaker is killed.
Right, the second breaker after the snitches. Because the level will end automatically after that. And then I will undeafen you guys and we'll return to the lobby. But not until both people are done. 1, 2, 3, go! Making sure they're deafened on my side.
Already off to an interesting start. Sully has a boss card, and Bub does not. So.
Woo, okay. All right. Oh, and for this round, we're gonna be playing the audio from Bub's side, and next round we'll do Sully's side. Just so everybody knows.
So it looks like they start off with a lot of money. So I don't know if they're aware of that trick I was mentioning earlier when they were making the decks. When you enter the tunnel where you park your cars, there's a toolkit door on the opposite end as soon as you enter it. And if it's there, it's literally a shortcut. Sully does not have it, but usually near that A sign at the end, there'll be a toolkit door, and you can actually skip this whole part. And Bub does not have it either.
Ooh. And it looks like Sully has the breaker in the middle of the parking garage.
I will want to say that Sully caught a break, but that's a tough break instead.
Oh yeah. Also, Vin, did they choose 3 cards, or how many cards did they choose? Did you remember?
They get 1 starter card, and it looked like they picked 2.
All right. Trying to keep trapping the overlay here. We're gonna.
This man, I'm drinking.
That's true. It's very true. Don't worry, I got most of it. All right, half down to health on the breaker right now. It looks like they both decided to go Evangelo with Uzis, and of course, as we expect, Bub, because he's gonna have the boss card, is gonna be a bit ahead. Oh my goodness. However, Bub still has to find his way through both houses, which isn't too hard, but you'd be surprised how much it can hold you back.
Right. Yeah, you can see that the rustiness coming from Bub right there. And then basically at this point, you just go through like 3 doors, and then you just run downstairs to the checkpoint. Unfortunately, that is not the correct stairs because that will lead you right outside, so Bub is going to waste a little time, I guess, downloading information or something? I don't know.
Alright, we do a quick volume adjustment here. Just a second, folks. Quick audio adjustment, folks. Quick audio adjustment.
Yeah, it seems like Bub's having trouble remembering how to beat this stage. And, you know, as the both players mentioned prior, they have not been playing this game for like 2 or so weeks. Maybe the last time, in fact, they both did the speedrun, I think, as far as that I would say. Bub's almost at the end. He's about to clear it, and there you go. Monkey see, monkey do. Bub gets past the first part while Sully, due to the breaker kind of breaking his transition to keep up with Bub, still stuck in the car lot of the parking lot. as he finally makes his way out. Seems like he's also forgot the path in as well. So what you do is you could just follow down and you just take the ladder at the far end of the house, or what I see some players do is what they could do is they could jump across to that one walkway, catwalk, and then they'll make it to the last stretch of the towards the safe house.
Bob Dureski was on duty. The armory is coded to his handprint.
Alright, I'm advancing the card progression on the overlay in consideration of Bub here on the left, but just keep in mind that Sully only has 3 cards. He's on that first level right now, and Bub is on the next level, so he has 4, just for the people watching at home.
They're swarming in large numbers and appear to be moving toward the station. But wait no more. We'll let you know.
Alright, so luckily we have a few variables that could hold Bub back here. This is level number 2. This is one of the levels you have to get a lot of nest nodes. There's a lot of running. There's a couple doors, a few doors to open. So actually we can kind of see this. I think this level 2 is going to probably set the stride for what could be the rest of the act.
Yeah, you're basically right. Who remembers what to do first will probably be the theme in this in this act, as Bub is starting to get the right idea on what to do as he destroys. Besides the sleeper getting him, as he destroys one out of the 3 nodes, and then the main node, and you have to repeat that process to 2 more nest nodes. So there's the first one. Brings back memories, huh, Justin? When we first did this with them?
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely was a lot to deal with.
Why are you running there? You don't
Yeah.
do it. Anyway, I digress. Just, fun moment, making fun of me, making fun of him, ourselves. But anyway. Alright, seems like Sully caught up a little bit.
He's almost there.
And there is a horde timer that comes in every, 3 or so minutes as well, so you don't want to dilly-dally for too long. Keep an eye on those sleepers as well. But it's a pretty straightforward mission. Basically, destroy the 3 small nodes, destroy the main one, and you gotta do that 3 times. Look for Bob's arm, use Bob's arm on the security door, and complete the mission. As that's the second time Bob got slept on. Don't be sleeping. They're everywhere.
Our perimeter has been compromised. We need those weapons. Remember, securing the armory is your primary objective.
It's like a hornet's nest. Eating of people.
Okay, Sully, I'm a little disappointed on you on that one. Looking like Pawclaw with that shooting.
Alright, right now is certainly a scramble. Neither of them, I suppose, have gone for the liberty of getting a toolkit. There are definitely, I think, 1 or 2 doors on this level. I want to say 1 door. Not really necessary, but can definitely help. Who knows what card you can get in there, what weapon, money that could help on the way. I mean, on Recruit, it's not really a huge deal, right? But sometimes a quick pick stop can make all the difference.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, Probably the most valuable item is like a quick stop, or maybe just a better upgraded version of an Uzi, because every time the rarity goes up, the stats go up, and the max color rarity is purple. So, stuff. Okay, so did you see where that sleeper even come from? I think he's dead, unless. Okay.
No, if he broke out, he is Evangelo as well, so works out.
Yeah, and he used his other thing, but where did that sleeper come from? Was it on the other side? He's probably gonna. Where did that sleeper come from?
No, it was within the room of the nest for sure, but I didn't catch where it came from because there's a lot of mess. Oh my gosh, it looks like Bub is running off with the arm, but hey, Sully actually isn't thinking too much, far away. I can see from his movements of his gun and his camera that he knew he needed to look for something. He probably remembered that he needed to look for the arm. And it would be kind of funny if this last node here, right at the base, would give him the arm, but I don't know if it's really that's how that works.
Rover 2, do you read?
No, it does. After you destroy the last node, it will appear there.
Got the hand on the thing!
So if he destroys the node inside the main building where the door is, that is where he'll get the arm?
If it's the last node, he has to destroy it correct.
Wow.
This is
See,
not
that's something I
good.
did not know.
There's
I'm
nothing
not...
left.
Even though I did speedrun Act 2, I did not go balls to the walls with it, so
Oh boy,
I did
this
not
could be,
learn about all those
could be
details.
it right here. 3 crush chokers spawned in his location, just out of nowhere. It looked like 4 spawned.
Oh.
Oh no.
He's got the arm, though. He's got the arm. 50 health. That is more than enough to get there. A quick whack from a bruiser is going to get him minus 18 down to 40. But, oh my gosh, 34, 32. Gotta get in there, man.
No! Oh, that's it! No! You let go too early.
Oh, no.
Oh no. I mean, come on, man. Keep fighting.
Rover 2,
Keep
this is
fighting.
Hope
Don't
1. What
quit.
is your sit rep? Over.
It's like you already
Keep
gave
going,
up.
keep
bro.
going, keep going.
Keep
Don't worry about
going,
it.
man.
We needed those weapons. Continue
All
to
right.
clean out
I
the
told him to
area
keep going.
while I
All
come
right.
up with an
Yeah,
alternative.
because he's gonna need to learn or remember the map layout. That's why I
This
say
is
keep
just
going.
round 1, and I died on my run, so... Oh, wait, what's the screen?
Afford to have the
Okay.
multiplying beneath our feet. Cleaner?
So let me just
It's
extend
time
this
to
really
live up to
quick.
your name.
So I wanted to also mention some fun stuff and interesting stuff as well.
Oh, yeah,
So,
go ahead.
When you choose another method, I know everyone knows about card duping thanks to this mastermind co-commentating with me, but I also recently been taught by some random players that before you lock in your deck, you could actually wait out the timer, and then once the timer expires, you could actually obtain 1 extra card as well with your starter cards. So instead of, say like you start off with 3, you get 4 instead. Oh, basic card, you just went right past the basic card, Bub. But yeah, so that's a fun thing you could try out in this patch. They'll probably patch as well. Wow. Try saying patch 30 times in the same sentence. But
Right.
yeah, so Sully's got a lot of ground to cover up, but at this point I would say, who knows what kind of tournament events may happen. Because you saw those 4 crushers. Are they crushers or chokers? They're crushers. So those 4 crushers just spawned out of nowhere, and that's probably one of the issues that this patch has with the mutant spawn bug, you know? And it was just very unfortunate.
Yeah, that's right. Last competition, I believe we were playing on version 1.0 or something similar of the game, where there wasn't really too many patches out for the game, or much at all, if at all. And you know, there was difference in acceleration. There's difference in some cards, some mobs, some more, some bugs that came up in this patch that even affected recruit. One of them got taken down. Not really too important for this run, but there is some few in there. Some card doublings on corruption, some spawns that sometimes shouldn't be happening, things like that. You guys at home might not notice it. We can assume that some things are happening when we see some spawns, but just know that it could get a little chaotic even on the recruit runs. It could be problematic, we'll have to see. But it definitely is a big difference between this competition and the last one, when we didn't have that patch we have now.
If anyone thinks in their right mind 4 chokers spawning in one place simultaneously is normal and part of the game, then I gotta choke the reason out of you to make you think that's not a good reason, you know? So.
Alright,
so
Sully's fine. Yeah. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You're thinking exactly what I'm thinking.
I was gonna say Sully's fighting a better pace on this level. He is at this point, I believe, behind 2 levels maybe.
Right for the picking. I thought that area was off limits. In light of no one ever coming back.
Yeah, it looked like Bub is on the fourth mission.
Contact with a patrol near
So
your
he's got to.
location.
So what Bub's on is he's got to run to the end. He's got to destroy. Surprise, surprise. Well, another node nest, but this time it's just 3 nodes. 3 arms attached to like 3 nodes. Oh, sleeper right there, man. Oh.
And he definitely is well equipped for this level. The card that he drew on this level was double grenade pouch, so he is gonna be ready for those nodes. I did notice that Bub also has returned to. Ooh, he's got a hag actually. And he's gonna take. He's gonna destroy the hag with the nade build, perhaps. Oh, and hag is running away. Only to be a problem later.
But to be fair, he doesn't really have to fight that. He could just run.
It's very true, man. But with so much power comes so much responsibility. You feel like with all the power in your hands that you have every right and obligation to take out that hag, because we just know all the stuff that can happen in these kind of runs, man. Hag could catch you, and you could be lost out of your charge of the breakout, and you might not even have a stun gun. Which actually, it looks like Bub has. We haven't commented on that yet. He has a backup stun gun, and the hag is coming through the window again! Right in the middle of the same conversation, breaks open the doors and the windows out into the mucky water. Mobility is down, health is down to half. A lot going on. He's gonna have to break away while going through this warehouse. Just so many variables going in, down to 76 health. In the meantime, Sully is calmly picking his new loadout for the next level, picking out a stun gun, perhaps a defib. He is making sure he is ready this time to bounce back and get his teammates up if he needs to. He's down into the pipe work level. He's really, if you think about it, he might not be too far behind depending on the pacing of Bub with these nodes.
I mean, if he keeps getting slept on, it's definitely going to slow him down. The sleeper behind you, Bub? It probably already blinked out, yeah. I guess one of the bots killed it because I saw it popped up in his feed, but there was a sleeper behind him, and I thought he saw it, but he didn't. It looked like he wasn't aware. So yeah, he's at the final stretch. He has to destroy more node nesting. Oh, by the way, nice change, Turtle Rock, with that charge attack from Tall Boy. Totally fair, totally reactable, but besides the point.
All right, another quick audio adjustment, folks. Give me a second here. Another quick audio adjustment.
Is Bub gonna die? He might die. Bub might die. Bub is down. Oh, Holly with the save.
Sorry, folks, for that. Hopefully the volume is a little bit better now.
So Bub, just to catch up.
Just to catch us up, because I did have to take the visuals off for a moment. What exactly happened on Bub's side then?
As he was destroying the final node, he got knocked down as he destroyed it, and Holly actually picked him up. So he got saved there. Then he, of course, he got slept on like 1 or 2 more times. I don't know if he broke out of it or not, but you know, he managed to complete the level. Not dead.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then Sully, on the other hand, is, you know, I definitely agree with the choice with the offensive upgrade. It's going to help kill, like, the bosses rush later on significantly.
Mm-hmm.
But he's about to finish this looks like the pipe level. Yeah, the 2nd level. And then he'll be, like, still 2 levels behind. Bub's on the... And another thing I wanted to point out that I realized is, I don't know if they realized the strategy with stamina saving with the bunny hopping. I don't see either of them doing that.
Yeah, that is something that we did not see them give a shot until maybe midway to the latter end of the last competition. But also, folks, keep in mind that Sully and Bub, and why this competition is so neck and neck and so intense, and in fact a fantastic watch, is because they may have seen a speedrun or two, but they don't speedrun themselves. Just a reminder, we all collectively, Vin, myself, Bub, Sully, and also sometimes Daniel, would all get we got the veteran done on the whole entire game, but, you know, let's play it normally without speedrunning, and it's like a whole, you know, whole different market speedrunning here. A lot of different compositions and ideas, and, you know, don't sleep on the execution, man, of speedrunning. We might be able to go through a lot of the mobs, but the RNG is all the same to deal with for everybody.
Yeah, and people they kind of overlook how much actual skill you have to put into this game, because you gotta have like your reaction, and you gotta have like some kind of plan for like a sticky situation or awareness, you know, because as you mentioned before, not everything's gonna go your way, and the stars are gonna align. Sometimes you have to bump 1 or 2 stars to kind of make it happen, you know. So.
Right. Yeah. And just pivoting back to the conversation that I kind of didn't finish off, the bunny hoppy conversation. It's been a few weeks, so it's quite possible they're not really thinking about that sort of thing, because not only they have to refine their way, but they also kind of have to fend off zombies at the same time. There's just a lot going into the mix. What cards do I need to pick ahead? What cards should I think about next round? What is the next level entailing? Am I managing things okay? How's my team doing? Even though I'm a recruit, that team can help. As corny as that sounds, man, when Sully was behind and he had all his teammates down and out, it really puts a lot of anxiety in the situation and really made a difference. So he had to do the whole level over again. But now he has defibs. He's prepared. It might seem a little bit silly to be over prepared like that, but that's what the RNG hand gives you in this game sometimes, and it's the beauty and the beast of the game.
Yeah, sometimes you won't run into a crusher, and sometimes you run into 9 just wanting to give you a big old hug. So, speaking of the crusher, 3 crushers. Oh no, and an ogre. Sully.
Oh
Sully
my goodness!
Having flashbacks again.
He got double grappled, but this man
Somehow.
has something we didn't know earlier. Sully has 2 slots for 2 stun guns, and he's well prepared this time. He's got a pipe bomb in his pocket with 2 slots. He's got 2 slots for stun guns, and he used 1 and a breakout, so he was actually, oh my goodness, and the last stun gun for the sleeper to finally finish this level and get away from the ogre, man. Oh my goodness.
That looks like a heart attack waiting to happen at any given moment. I mean, going on further what you're saying, I think in his mind, he didn't want to die again. And you were right about the over-preparing. But I didn't think he had to use all that. I'm pretty much speechless right now, but I didn't think he had to use that much resources to get through that one part of the level.
Exactly. You wouldn't think. You wouldn't think you had to. But hey, man, if you're not Carly, if you're not a Carly maid like me, you might not be able to see through the walls and ahead. And that is one of the things that surprisingly, I didn't bring up in Act 2 when we were discovering Act 2 for Act 3, but I was thinking that in my heart. I'm like, they go to that sewer level, they get to those run across levels, they're going to wish they were able to see those sleepers through the walls, man, even though you kind of can predict it and take a slower pace. Sometimes it's not all about speed.
Yeah, so let's shift our focus over to Bub, who's on the final first checkpoint before he proceeds to the boss rush area. So for this act, he has to actually wait for the helicopter to come down, and then he has to attach 4 kind of like hooks to it, and he has to do that to 3 different crates. So we'll see what kind of approach Bub takes, and I wonder how much of the spawn influence is going to play. And so far, it's been pretty tamed on Bub's side, honestly.
Yeah, it has been pretty tame. Sully, actually, I don't think is too far behind. He's maybe 1 level behind at this point, correct?
No. The level before that Bub cleared, it was pretty much a straight run to the boat safe house. So I think he's still 2 levels ahead.
Oh, gotcha. But yeah, so this level, I'm actually surprised. Commenting on Bub's deck here, I'm surprised at the moment that I do not see any use speed being thrown in, not even a 50, not even a 75%, but as we can see, the hooks don't take too long, but I believe there might be at least one or two other occasions you might want to have use speed in the deck. Right now, his deck is full of, I would say, mostly speed, a pinch of stamina, and of course the double grenade pouch and bomb squad, I guess, for those mobs. Returning back, it looks like Mad Dash is coming into play on this specific level. Interesting pacing choice. I like that he's kind of throwing that on. I think it was like, you know what? I got all the cards I wanted to get out there for the sake of objective. Now we're going to sprinkle on a little bit of benefit from speed. Why not? Why not just let it fly there? On the other side...
Oh, don't tell me... Oh, no. Did it do what I think? Oh, it spawned elsewhere. So now Bub has to go to the other crate to finish the second objective. And that's one of the things I actually personally dislike in this mission.
Lights on.
Oh, so it's not designated as RNG a little bit, right?
The order of where you have to do the crates can be like... I don't know how to put it. It's just very weird. Sometimes it's RNG, sometimes it isn't. Like,
alright, so now Sully is on what looks to be... Oh no, he has to travel to the boat, and then after he travels to the boat, then he puts on the crates like you were saying, correct?
Correct.
Alright.
And also I wanted to point out, Bub has blue grenades. He's one away from purple, which means is he's going to get an additional 2,000. If he gets purple, he's going to get an additional 2,000 firepower per throw. And there's a stalker behind Bub who, of course, if I was playing, would pounce me on Nightmare and kill my character because that's how this game works. But, you know, enough of me being angry as a breaker spawns in his map. But, fun fact, if you run far away from the breaker and don't attack it and you're outside his barrier, it will not damage you.
Alright, it's about time that a boss card came around. To Bub's side, we have a breaker on the last package. Wow, that's actually, Bub is getting some decent luck here, but this is a breaker, so we gotta see how it's going. He's got full temporary health. He is balling. He is ready. Half health. No health. Breaker is gone. Breaker didn't even matter what boss card Bub said. So he's waiting around to put the corners on the crates.
Happening? Oh my goodness.
So, a thing about this level is that you can't put the hooks on the boxes until the helicopter comes around and puts down the hook tether. That's the one thing kind of holding Bub back. I don't think it's RNG based. I think it's like just a scripted sequence of waiting.
Yeah.
Exactly. But once he puts on these hooks, the level is over for Bub. But not the Act, folks. The Act still has some levels to go and some obstacles for sure. And speaking of levels to go and obstacles, Sully is on to the next level. So now he's actually on the same level that Bub is at. It gives us a little bit of a picture on how long this level can take.
I mean, at least they fixed this part. Remember when we finished it and we had to wait like God knows how long? So at least you don't have to wait for the part for the scene to transition for some reason. So Bub finally getting past that level, and now it's on to the three amigos, I like to call it.
Three amigos, yeah.
The three boss amigos. What can I say? So the part here is you just straight up kill the ogre, and then you just run to the safe house. So as we could tell, blue grenades, more accessory damage. That breaker's going to go down pretty quick. What did you say, Pawclaw?
Yeah, I think so too. And as I'm now realizing, as the runners are going, they're picking the cards out of the order of their deck. So this overlay isn't as accurate, but I will still proceed with the timing so you guys just understand how many cards that they have. So next round, I will just leave the decks out in full display and I won't make any adjustments. But for the ease of viewership, I was kind of just sliding down the decks and revealing more and more of their decks as we went on. But anyway, here's the ogre. Let's see what Bub is going to throw out there. Good gracious. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 grenades. Oh, but the knockback is still there on the ogre falling. I was waiting for that. Oh my god. So, for those that don't know, the ogre...
Every time. Gets
So-
me every team.
The ogre has a natural kind of contact. When you contact his he has a hitbox around him. You know, when he's walking around, when he's standing, you try and contact him, he's gonna push you back and hit you really hard. But it seems like that hitbox doesn't disappear even after he dies and he's falling to the ground, stumbling because he's dead. So Bub actually got hit back. Hopefully a little bit of a wake-up call as well, just to kind of keep his head in the game. Meanwhile, Sully is on the second package. Looking at his deck, let's talk about his deck a little bit right now. Why not? Actually, I need to advance, I think, Bub's side there. So, Sully's deck doesn't have any use speed as well. I guess if you think about it, a lot of the use speed is centered around the crates, and then after that, it's just the bosses. I do like that he put in the fanny pack as a nice backup. He put in grenade pouch because you know what? You don't need to get all that damage sometimes. You just kind of need to get the bare necessities. But he might consider just going more grenade heavy next time.
Okay, so instead of just trying to go to the objective, it seems like Sully's just gonna go and just deal with the breaker before doing the objective, I guess. Meanwhile, Bub quickly taking care of business with the ogre. What was that, 2 grenades?
I think Sully is aware that you have to wait for the helicopter anyway. That's what I'm figuring right now. But it looks like he has room to go to that package. All he has to do is put the hooks on the crates and he should be good. Not sure if the team has to be there or not, but the helicopter certainly does.
Well, Hawker nearby, but... Oh, did he lose his grenade as he threw it? What happened there? I thought he had 2 grenades.
For Bub's side or Sully's?
Bub.
Oh, I was looking at Sully's side. They're both fighting a breaker on a different level.
Oh my god. Again with the crusher. Oh no. I feel so bad for Sully right here. He's gonna have a lot of trauma after this.
Ooh, he's got
like,
2
I'm not
teammates
talking
down.
about the engaged trauma.
Oh wow, he's planning. Ooh, he found a spare grenade, used it on the breaker, and to try and get Holly out of there. Unfortunately, with pins like that, the only way to get them out seems to be by computer intervention or by a slap on the back or the front. A bash, if you will.
Give him a nice love tap.
It seems like Bub is having trouble damaging the breaker on the corner there for some reason. Oh, never mind. There we go.
Oh, he's down.
Ooh, okay.
Don't worry, the bots are gonna get him up. That's the second time he went down.
Ooh.
And Holly with the save again. Interesting. Maybe she's not as... What? Sully can't catch a break, man. He's got 3 wretches on his screen. And a Hawker. And he used all his stun guns. And the Toy Boy knocked him out of that at least.
Oh my goodness.
If I had to interview him, all I would ask is, so how were those mutants? How are they treating you? Because it looks like they're giving them the business real good right here, you know? Do you think it's going to change his approach, Sully, as he goes down? I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry. I know I'm breaking character, professional commentary.
Alright. Alright, it's alright. Vin had a drink or 2. He's having a good time. He's definitely, he's having a good time.
I hope everyone else is having a good
Alright.
time.
Yeah, now he's gonna get on the last couple hooks. It's alright, Sully. It's alright.
You need that experience, big guy.
We know what happened on last competition. We're not gonna say it, but a lot can happen. A lot can happen. This is only the first run through. Hey Mask, how's it going? Welcome back to the Pawclaw Show. We're doing our speedrunning competition today between Bub and Sully. Ooh, it looks like, oh, look at Bub. His health is already at the bottom if you think about it. Looking at that temporary health, he's got half healed on all of his pills. What happened to his health, Vin? What has happened in the few seconds we have actually taken a look over at Sully?
Well, if I had to guess, because I wasn't paying attention to him as well, but I think when he was trying to kill that second snitch, a whole swarm of Ridden just kind of like surrounded him and just probably dealt a lot of damage.
You, Union, get back out there. Don't be patting yourselves on the back just yet.
I don't know how Bub got so far ahead. Sully's behind 3 missions. He's opting to use the minigun, not grenades. He still has pipe bombs, so that's an interesting decision. Wouldn't you agree?
I would say it's the natural decision, you know. A lot of us going into this level, you know, first fresh eyes, we're like, we want to go on the minigun and take care of this ogre. Sully just he's trying to prioritize anti-mob versus anti-special ridden, and that is completely understandable. So that's what he's going in here with, especially because he got downed. He knows that if he goes all grenade, there's a chance that he could get swarmed a similar way in the past levels. But not too bad on the time on the ogre. He definitely just has to get the hell out of the ogre dropping again. You know, we'll see.
I couldn't tell if the ogre was trying to teabag him or not.
But definitely the big difference here is the grenades. Clearly, Bub's grenades have been coming through.
Bub is down with the second ogre almost dead. What's gonna happen here?
The second breaker. Yeah, Bub does have the option to control the computer, although it is not really favored in terms of the competition here, because you want to stay the same character, but you can do it. That is not a rule that is being put over.
Yeah, he's got it. So that is time right there.
That is time.
Bub taking game one.
You know it.
Barely alive, I would say. Barely alive.
Yeah, so we could cut it off here, but we're actually going to let Sully run through this because for 2 reasons. One, for clean slate of competition. 2, because he's definitely going to need the XP going into round 2. Definitely want to give him everything he can get for round 2. Not because of the deficit, but simply because it's just, all fair game, right? So
I think he needs the knowledge. He's very rusty. He probably forgot a lot of the stuff and probably isn't familiar. I would totally agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, I would probably need to look up some stuff and all that, So
Yeah.
I would need the experience myself, oddly enough. But we're not talking about me.
Yeah, so after this, well, I'm going to repeat this for the sake of the video, but after this, after Sully is done with his side, we are going to go ahead and do our interviews between Bub and Sully. We're going to have them shift one at a time to the general chat, and we're going to meet and join him there and ask him our own questions, kind of do a little interview, see how he felt about his run and what he feels he can improve on, similar to the first speedrun competition. I think it'll be healthy, and I think it'll be great to know like how they felt and some of the stuff that came up that they felt like they forgot, what surprised them, what caught them off guard, and certainly a lot of stuff caught them off guard. So I look forward to see what their take is.
Not right now. I'm busy.
Push the pistol off. Mission accomplished.
So we both conducting the
Yeah.
what do you call it? The halftime interview or something?
Yeah.
I don't even know what to call it. Gotcha. Okay. Well, I better start thinking of my questions then.
Alright, so something that we're seeing here also is that Sully is aware of Bub's grenade build. He used it a lot in our runs as a group of friends. When we did the veteran difficulty, Bub was the grenade guy. He does know a lot about that, and Sully is aware of that in some of the cars that are involved. But Sully also, before this competition, did have, he said, 3, maybe 4 pages of cards that he didn't unlock. So it could have been possible that there's some cards that he could have added that he didn't know about or didn't think about. Even though in training here, he gets all the cards to at his disposal that the game currently offers. So I definitely want to see how he feels about that going into the interview, and we might make some adjustments to the time scale from there. I want to give them 5 minutes to adjust their decks and kind of rethink about what they want to do, but we might need to give extra time for Sully, not just because he lost the round, but because there might be some information that he's just really missing out on. But I think 5 minutes should be good for both players and make for a great round 2.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to the kind of adjustments they'll make in the second game, because clearly Sully's gonna. I already feel like he's gonna make a lot of changes. You could tell from the moment he went down in the first part, the second part. Yeah, the second part. That he wasn't very happy. I could tell he was already thinking of stuff. I mean, it's very frustrating to take a hit like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Consider both players have been very busy. They haven't been playing, and they've been going through some personal stuff on the side as well. So it's been very hectic for both players. So
yeah, a lot of in and outs. And I was going to say, I forgot what I was going to say here. Oh,
I think they lack the rust skills. They're very rusty. They lack the skills, and they probably lack knowledge as well. But I'm sure we'll see more progression in game 2. I firmly believe that.
All right, so Vin, would you like to discuss the wild cards I've come up with for I guess we shouldn't give them yet, right? We should wait until.
I don't even know your wild cards. What are you talking about? That's how wild they are.
So you're killing me. So the first competition, I know we went over some wild cards. Did we go over on round 2 or round 3? I think it was for tiebreaker, right? For sake of tiebreaker.
I can't even remember what I ate for breakfast this morning.
True. All right, so here's some of the ideas I had. So for Act 2, you were familiar with the house skip, correct?
Yeah, the sequence break to skip the trailer. Yeah, at that time we didn't know a lot about it in the soft.
No. The house skip for Act 2. So on level 1, when you.
Oh, the toolkit, right?
No, not the toolkit. So, besides the toolkit's another offering. But after you do all the nodes in Act 1, on level 1 of Act 2, in that parking garage, you go to the top and you go across the buildings. Eventually, you're gonna go across the buildings. You're gonna reach like a little bit of a balcony, and there is room to jump from one balcony to the other, so you can actually skip a house. Get a little bit of a save on the time. So that is something that is possible. Number 2, the toolkit thing is true. So that is also part of the package. We can either package that as part of hey, here's some your option 1 is the 2 time saves, the house skip and the toolkit door. Your second option is you and I don't have Act 2 speedrunning decks, so we can't really offer that, I don't think, right? So all we can do is offer.
The kind of deck I would offer is just go with a speed nade build. That's it. That's all you need.
I would say like a jogging build, not even like a speed build per se.
No, you go speed in the beginning, and then for the bosses part, you go just nades. That's
yeah. Of course.
It's that simple, because you're transitioning from one to the other. As Sully completes his round 1 run.
Mm-hmm.
But the toolkit door is RNG, so don't forget that. It's not always going to appear.
Yeah, that is correct. So those are the 2 wild cards right now. I'll give it as a tiebreaker. Okay.
I can't think of any right now.
Yeah, it's all right. We'll have time. Let's see how things go. All right. Hello, everybody. How are you guys feeling?
That was
Um,
awful.
That was a mess.
Yeah, you guys again had a lot of stuff you both dealt with. I'm not going to say too much. So, you guys know how this works from the other competition. We're going to go into our individual interviews, and I guess, Vin, who do you think we should start with? Should we start with, well, Sully, unfortunately, you lost
I'm
round
sure I
one.
did.
Bub won. So, who do you think we should pull into the booth first, Vin?
Is Vin here?
I'm gonna
No.
be honest. I think we should do Sully because I feel like he just wants to get right to his deck to make the adjustments as soon as possible.
Mhm.
So I want to say Sully for that reason.
All right,
Sure.
cool. Well, they're gonna access their deck at the same time under a smaller timer. But yeah,
Oh.
yeah, we can give them more time to think about it. That makes more sense. All right. Hey, Sully, how's it going?
Very bad. How are you?
Oh wait, okay, we're we're in the chat. Sorry, I had to make sure that Vin was in here too.
I'm in here.
All right, Vin, you can go first since last time you kind of we didn't get it coordinated too well. The last competition. Go ahead and see if you have any initial questions. I'll follow up.
All right. So my first question instinctively is, what were your thoughts on coming back to the game and getting a feel for it again? Were you expecting this kind of like patch? Were you expecting this kind of like run to occur the way it did? What were your thoughts on that? Your initial reaction and all that?
My initial reaction was I didn't remember it nearly as well as I thought I would. So there was just more than a couple confusion moments where I just couldn't remember where I was supposed to go, what I was supposed to do next, or like what was coming so that I could like prepare for it better. I don't know if it's placebo or not, but it did seem like there was a lot more mutations than I remember there being on Recruit. So like the patch might have contributed to that.
I would say probably, yeah, maybe. There's a chance. We all know there's a chance of RNG being crazy, but it's hard for me and Vin to peel that back and say exactly what that was and when it happened, you know. But yeah, we saw that actually in both of your runs, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably just how the game is currently until they finally fix the things that they've quote unquote fixed like 5 times.
Yeah,
Well,
they
they
did
said-
narrow down the issues. They said that some corruption cards were like accidentally doubling, and they were looking to fix that. So they narrowed down the problem, and the next patch is kind of looking more promising on that side, at least compared to the other stuff.
Hopefully.
All right. So how did you feel? I guess about your how did you feel about your deck, and what do you believe you feel like you should change, if anything, if at all? We know last competition you didn't do too bad. You did a good job. And there wasn't like a huge difference, but you know, maybe this time around, again, it's all new, it's all fresh because it's been a few weeks. How do you feel about the deck build you had?
As soon as we started, like when we were on the lock-in screen, I was just started thinking like I really should have done some of those grenade cards, like use some of the bub magic, get some pocketfuls of thunder. Because I also forgot that they like buffed the breaker, so he has a lot more. Either he takes less weak spot damage now or something. I was like, I should probably get some like grenades going for that, and I just didn't think of it while I was building because I was too busy thinking about my previous speedrunning deck, which I did not use any grenade cards. So yeah, I should probably throw in 1 or 2 of those. Because I was also thinking, I forgot, speedrunning the entire act, that you do actually get your whole deck. You at least have access to the whole deck.
Right, right.
So sometimes I'm not really thinking about like the last couple cards because I'm like, I won't get that far anyway. I won't be able to draw those. But I did get to that point, and I was really feeling like I should have had something there for all the breakers at the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
there's
of course there was
there's a lot of breakers at the end. Yeah, yeah.
the death in the beginning did not help.
Yeah, my initial thought on the competition was to have you guys go in blind and sort of like blindly feel throughout the act, and it would kind of make a fair assessment between you guys. But I realized also that in the we had to talk about Act 2 versus Act 3, so inevitably I had to go over all those details, and I figured it would paint enough of a picture. And I think I certainly did. You guys both had your fallbacks during in your RNG. Just like in Act 1, right? It was kind of like a funny toss-up, so it was a good watch.
Mm-hmm.
I did
So
notice that when you
I
were
have
built. Oh, go ahead, Vin.
I have a final question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, after playing through the whole first act in game 1, do you think what you play through is going to help you perform better in the next game on being more prepared and adapting? Do you think there were some parts that you forgot that now you remembered, and some stuff that you felt rusty started becoming unrusty? Did you start like feeling that, despite the fact that you said you wanted to give up, but we were suggesting that you continue through on it just for that?
Did you guys say that just because I typed GG in the chat?
Well,
Yeah.
I intervened just in
I think.
case, but
Okay. Because I wasn't actually going to give up. I just figured at that point I probably lost the entire run.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But I was still going to see it through to the end at least.
yeah.
Well, I
yeah.
just thought it would be smart for you just to do the whole level because you haven't played in like what 2-3 weeks or something like that. So
And I haven't played Act 2 since we first played it, whenever that was.
Mm-hmm,
But yeah, it'll definitely be easier going through the second time now that I remember more about what's going on. And the reason I died was because I read at some point that's a speedrun strategy for that part, to do the nests in the distance first and then save the one in the police station for last.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if it's a good idea when I have 3 bots, because I just have to scan the thing by myself. Like, I can't use any weapons or anything, and the bots almost always go down. It seems like a good strategy for a coordinated team, but not for me. So when I had to replay that part, I did not try that again. So this time I just won't do that.
Yeah, it was heartbreaking to see, but you are on recruit as well, so we can get randomly fucked for sure. But Vin and I were talking over it, and we weren't sure how it went, because we also weren't sure if like the arm was only at a specific node or if it was at the final node. But Vin was verifying that it seems to be at the final node.
Yeah, it's at the final one.
Yeah,
it's at the final node.
Yeah, so whichever
But
you want to
at that
do.
same time, did you when you were scanning the arm, did you let go of it too soon? Because it looked like you had it, and you let go of it a little like a second too soon. Was that because of I'm guessing the crushers coming up from behind?
See, what I think happened, and I was looking out for it the second time, I'm pretty sure you finish scanning it, and then you look at the door, and it still says the door is locked for like a second or half a second until it opens.
Yeah.
Because that happened the second time, and I was making sure to pay attention to try to figure out what happened the first time. So I think the first time I did fully scan the door. I just didn't look at it long enough for it to open, and then I turned around and there was a crusher and I was dead. So I was probably dead either way. Maybe if I was like, running up against the door so I could get in as soon as it opened, maybe I would have made it, but I don't really know.
Yeah, I had the same experience when I did the pre-run, where it kind of takes a second and then opens or something like that. Yeah, so it's like
Yeah.
it takes a bit. I have one last question. When you were building the deck, I mean, I know you were thinking, I know, you know, you're pondering. What I noticed some hesitation in building the deck. Was it just because you were kind of like thinking through your options, or was like what was going on there? Because I like Bob kind of filled his deck kind of quickly, so I was like surprised. Was it because I guess like the 4 pages you didn't have, like there was a lot of like knowledge that wasn't there, or what was going on, you feel?
Yeah, I was because one thing I noted earlier when I was checking those 4 pages, it doesn't just put them at the end. So it's not like, oh, I can quickly scroll to the last 4 pages and read them. It's
Mhm.
mixed in throughout the entire thing. So I very slowly read every single card to try to figure out, okay, like what is new? What do I not remember? What have I never seen before?
Oh, I did kind of see
Um,
that. But
so
yeah,
I only put in the cards right away that I knew I was definitely going to use as I went. But other ones, I just made a mental note to like, okay, I'll probably come back to that one, probably come back to that one. But I wanted to read through everything first.
all right. Well, just for the sake of I guess keeping it closer in a sense, because even though it doesn't, you know, you've read of the meta, you've read it through Reddit and stuff like that. Um, I'm gonna give you, I guess, a little helpful tidbit, just in the right direction. So even if you're not aware of what cards you have and stuff like that, you are familiar with the filters, right?
Yeah,
So there's a surprising amount of words that can work. So honestly, if you're thinking about it on a category level and you search for attributes, I think you'll be fine. Don't put
yeah.
yourself through that again.
I mean, I'm definitely not going to do that this time. I just needed to,
Yeah.
like, there could be some miracle card that I've literally just never seen before. And I just
Mm.
wanted to make sure I read all of them. And this time, I'm just going to make, a couple changes. So I won't need very much time to fix my deck, hopefully.
All right. Well, Vin and I are definitely really excited for the next round. So, sit tight. I guess think about what you might want to change, and then it's going to probably be like I want to say a 5 minute timer this time instead of 10. Should be good enough.
Right.
All right.
Best of luck.
Yeah,
All right,
best-
see ya.
Hey, Bub, how's it going?
Not bad.
All right, so we just finished interviewing Sully. Vin, you want to start off again, or you want me to start off?
I'll guess I'll start off. So after being so long out of Back for Blood, what were your thoughts coming back to play the game, let alone speedrunning after these changes in the patch? Like, were you prepared for this? Did you think it was going to be like this? Like, how did you felt during while you were playing through the act? Uh, do you feel like
I think that barely recommended it.
there were some parts that you forgot that you remembered? Like, tell us about your game one experience, all in all.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think looking at Act 2 is probably the act that I remember the least. I think we kind of only played it once on Veteran, and that was it. I think I mostly played 1 and 3. So playing the levels again, yeah, I did forget some parts of where to go and what to do. Um, got lost a little bit there.
Yeah, in the first level, I believe you were
Yeah,
trying to find your way.
yeah, first
Yeah.
level was kind of amazing once you get out. Once you get on top of the houses, I had no idea where to go. I went outside, went back inside. It was it was a little bit of a mess. On the finale, I think, on one of the parts where we got to connect the cables to the boxes. I think I went to the wrong box. I think it was the other box. A couple things here and there that I lost time on. Didn't know, what to do, where to go. Um, Besides that, I think I was kind of just sloppy in general because it's been like what 2-3 weeks since we played, and that was speedrunning. So
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of a
Mhm.
sloppy run. I think now that I remember the level more, maybe a little better. It's funny. I thought I was being kind of dumb with the bombs because I wasn't running into any bosses, but I didn't remember any of the levels. So I thought, oh, maybe it's bosses eventually, right? Because Act 2 has a lot of bosses. So
Yeah, yeah.
I put the bombs on, but and at first I thought it was a dumb idea, but then once I hit the breakers, I was like, oh no, I needed more bombs actually. I think once I hit the breakers, because it took us so much time. And I got unlucky because I didn't get any bomb upgrades until the end. If I got bomb upgrades in the beginning, I wouldn't have needed to get any more bombs. I could just put more cars into speed. Because I didn't get any bomb upgrades, I had to put the bomb cars up first. So that would cost me and more running around, I guess. But yeah, the breakers take up way too much time. The hack is whatever. You can actually run past the hack, and the hack doesn't really do much actually. But I learned it running through this run. But the breakers will cost so much time. Even the ogres wasn't that bad. The ogre got killed in seconds, but the breakers was just it was too much. So I don't know. I mean, I might need more bombs this time, but I gotta take out some speed cards. Then I don't want to do that though. So I'm not really sure how to go about changing my deck because if yeah
Yeah, the deck is thankfully it's a lot less categorized like compared to Act 1, right? A lot less to kind of invest. Although thankfully kind of the path, right, is a lot more clear in a sense.
yeah
You know, you don't have people to rescue or windows to build, but you certainly do have crates to do. You know, you have it seems to be surprisingly more, you know, more bosses for sure. So it's definitely cool watching you go through all that and had your ups and downs because you got down.
yeah.
No, it's just
Several
stupid.
times.
But my gosh, it's crazy what this patch is throwing at you guys. That's all I gotta say, right, Ben? We can't really say too much, but they both dealt with their own shit for sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That
Sully
is
had some stuff.
nothing but the truth right there. So the only final question I would have for you, Mr. Bub, is what is the things you're going to be looking out for in the game 2 that you realized in game 1 that could potentially be a run killer because you went down many times. So
Yeah, it did. I guess. Well, at least I know what to do a little bit more now. So maybe I could run faster, I guess, and not get caught up on so much things. Um, I guess I have to get more upgrades for pain meds and everything, I guess. Maybe get better attachments with the guns, or maybe get better guns. I don't know. Yeah, I did go down quite a lot, compared to the first act. Um, I thought I was gonna die at the end, but the bots killed the breaker and I won, so I
Yeah,
got lucky.
that was definitely a sight to see because
Yeah,
we, you know, there's a
never
lot of
thought
stuff
Holly
that
was going.
there's a lot of stuff that was pulling our attention on both sides, and I think at one point we're like, wait, what happened to Bob? Wait, what? And it was just there was just so much, man. It definitely
yeah,
a lot to go into match 2. Vin and I are very excited. So if Vin doesn't have any more questions, I think you pretty much answered what I was going to ask, because we were going to end it off with the deck question, but you kind
yeah.
of went through that already. Um, oh,
Yeah, all I
okay.
just gotta say is best luck in game 2, man.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
thanks.
yeah. Best luck in game 2. You know, in a moment we're gonna do a 5-minute timer to let you guys look through it again, change what you need to, and yeah, just meet at the lock screen again, and I'll take a picture of y'all's cards.
All right, I'm good.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
All right, okay. Deafens. They're deafens.
I think I should get the bumps out the way, actually, to be honest.
Soup,
Alright.
wasn't that sung by Cisco? Some rapper or something?
Don't
I
know.
don't know if this actually helped me that much, to be honest. I don't know.
All right, so now we're at the deck building stage. As some of you guys might know, in this game, we're just gonna quickly go over this because we didn't go over it in the previous rounds. And they got 5 minutes. We got a lot of time to talk here. So this game's kind of like a roguelike in a way. You start you pretty much every level kind of runs very similarly. The goal is to go through. You start the level, You pick your cards out of a deck that all draw the same. You know, it's not random. They draw in order. And you go through the level, kill or don't kill the zombies, depending on what the objective requires of you, and get to the safe room. The main thing is just to get to the safe room. Each card you can get can change how, you know, how much medicine and heals affect you, how fast you run, how long you run for, how much you melee for, how much your melee damage, etc. A lot of stuff that you could probably think of. It's limited to 15 cards. If you don't choose 15 cards, you will just get random basic cards. Plus 10 stamina, plus 10 ammo, plus a bit of money, that kind of thing. Yeah.
I believe it's fortune, health, ammo, and stamina. Stamina.
Yeah, so that's what happens if you don't choose custom cards for certain rows. So I believe for Act 2, they go through the whole entire deck, which Sully said earlier in his interview that he wasn't aware of, but now he's aware of it. So now we're seeing them build their deck. Just a reminder, Bub was the winner the last round. He is the guy on the left side. Sully was the loser on the right. And I'm definitely curious to see what changes Sully makes. There's a lot of knowledge going out there. I think he might have a means to come back. He's thinking about utility just a little bit. Bub is reassessing his bomb build. I know he put a lot of importance on the bomb build and on the grenades. Definitely was on the money with that.
Yeah, definitely agree with you there. He's still sticking with the stamina regen kind of build, but I don't think it's really necessary. As I mentioned before, the round 1 began. As the levels, like, you get further into the levels, they get much shorter. So it doesn't really, like, you don't really need like a whole bunch of stamina to like run to the end, because you're pretty much already at the end almost.
Alright, hold on. I'm gonna let him know about the... Alright, guys. Around a little less than 2 minutes left. A little less than 2 minutes left.
Alright.
I believe that you guys will draw 3 cards in the first level. 1 starter and 2 choices. I could be wrong, but that's more or less how it starts, I think. Just a little bit of help.
Okay.
Remember, guys, I should be getting paid for spending a lot of time with my friend, but I don't. So, boo-hoo to me.
Oh yeah, Bub, what I just told Sully, I think you're partially muted, but you start off with 3 cards, I believe. I could be wrong. One
Okay.
starter card and 2 choices. Somewhere in that realm, so hopefully that helps. You guys have a minute left at this point in time.
One came out the way.
Yes, I
That's
realized
fine.
that I think when I unmuted Sully, I didn't unmute Bub at the same time, but nonetheless, I think the outcome should be the same on their choices and everything here.
Up and ready to go.
Alright, Sully down on his last few seconds. Looks like he's pondering about the end. Marked for death. Very interesting. A lot of bomb explosion stuff, and it looks like he's adding in the necessary grenades. Looking pretty good. I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Use. Weird.
Yeah, the time is up though, so I will let them know. Alright, time's up, time's up. Please return to the campaign screen when you guys can.
Okay.
Pencils down.
Okay, alright, enough.
Away from the papers.
Sorry, who hired you? Are you a substitute?
Nobody listens to the substitute.
Hired me for nothing.
Alright, so go to the start the training, go to the same screen with the choose the character, don't choose the deck yet, highlight over it, and I'm gonna put on the overlay once more.
All right.
Should be a lot quicker this time. All right, you guys ready to go?
Already.
All right, I'm gonna count down from 3. When I say go, that's when you start.
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
The boss here? What the heck?
Oh man. Oh, it's just gonna mess it up. All right. All right. So starting out, we know what's on the table. We have the decks full on screen. In round 1, I kind of navigated the deck as we went, but with the difference of the cards they're choosing, despite the order that they have laid out, and also the difference in pacing on levels, I decided to kind of keep the full deck on screen. But anyway, going into level 1, Sully is going to get an extra start and try not to waste any time here, as last time we know that kind of lot went on. He had a little bit of a power struggle going on, but wait a minute, it looks like he has, well, yeah, he has the breaker again. So what will Bub be having?
Well, better make it double for trouble, because he too has a breaker breaking on screen.
He's going with the power early, but it looks like the grenades aren't effective enough because he does not have enough cards just to make it really make a big difference here.
Yeah, and I noticed in the shop of Bub, he saw the offensive upgrade. And he didn't have enough copper to buy it, unfortunately.
Yeah, definitely not at the start, especially with the new changes within the patch. Prior patch we had in the last speedrunning competition, the computer players or the bots would give the money to you, and you could use it at your disposal. But I believe in this patch they do not do that, and you don't get as much money. That last part, I might be wrong, but the first part I believe is definitely true. So even if you wanted to, you couldn't afford that.
Are you referring to the infinite money glitch?
I am not.
Or the one that I taught you?
I'm not referring to any glitches. I'm just referring to just the base mechanics of the game. That's all.
Gotcha. Bub's almost down from the getting spewed on by a lot of projectiles from the wretch and now the stinger.
Where is it?
Meanwhile, it seems like Sully was having a little difficulty finding the node.
Sorry about that, folks. Switching over the audio channels. Here we go. I forgot I was going to start playing Sully's side instead of Bub's side this time.
And Bub goes down. The toy boy catches him. And the bots are nowhere to be found.
It's Media from the Twitch side of the Pawclaw Show asked, do you guys do open speedrun competitions, or is it only between these two? That's a good question. It started between these two. We are open to have anybody compete in it. But a big thing about these competitions is that they don't have to be our personal friends, but because they're our friends, we know of the level they're at. We know the research that they have or haven't done, and we kind of get an idea of what they can do. If it's random people, maybe one person, looked into speedrunning, they're well versed in it, and the other person isn't. So if anything, we would prefer it be amongst the same group of friends. So if you wanted to, you could bring in a friend or two and be like, hey, I want these two friends to battle it out. I feel like it would be really fun to watch. That would be fine. But if it was like, Jim from one speedrunner's Discord and I don't know, Phil from another person's, different people, it probably wouldn't be as exciting, and there wouldn't be as a exciting dynamic. So to answer your question, open to anybody really, but preferably just people that know each other or that played in the same squad. You know what I mean? If you guys want to challenge each other, you can. That's exactly why we tend to call this rough sort of speedrunning competition we have, a scuffed one, an amateur one. So it's that's how we feel about it right now.
Yeah, and you know, that's not a bad idea. I mean, Pawclaw and I have been talking about expanding on it further, but it's really ultimately up to him that decides if he wants to continue pushing further on it or not. And what's good about this is that there's options to do 3 players, 2 players, 4 players, not just solo. So it could be more than just 1 versus 1. It could be a team speed run, you know. So there's much to go on with. But
Oh,
as of
oh wait,
right now,
sorry.
we're just building from the ground up.
I had the
Bob
video
goes
up.
down again. And meanwhile, Sully, sorry, not talking too much about the what's going on. Sully's already on the second mission, breezing through it much better. Bub is struggling a lot. He's going down. If I were Bub, I'd be a little frustrated right now, and also be a little concerned because you know. That was something he mentioned in the prior interview. What do you think, Pawclaw, on that?
I'm actually messaging its media right now just to make sure we clarified because you know, some people channel surf and stuff, so I'm not sure if he caught the full answer because I only just saw the message now.
Yeah. So I'll solo commentate until my partner is ready. Well, I'm more of the sidekick who's the criminal, and he's like the big cheese. But besides the point, Sully's working on the. It looks like the final node for the nest, as it's all the way in the back. So he has to carry good old Bob's torn apart arm from the ridden in that pile of meat all the way back to the safe room to open it and to finish that level. Meanwhile, not looking too good for Bub over here, unfortunately. And fun fact, if you're below 20 health, you'll enter something called critical health or something, which is basically you slow down in your run speed if you're below 20 health or whatever. So that's something else to be mindful of if you're a speedrunner. You want to be wary of your health.
God, I found it. Opening the door. This is not good. There's nothing left.
Oh, purple stock. He really just missed that. He just, I mean, he bought the offensive upgrade. I mean, it's a tough choice, but you know, in that predicament, you go with damage or you go with speed, and I think you know it was a good decision, honestly.
I agree. Its media says, I don't take speedrunning that serious, just looking for a reason to continue playing the game, as the current spawn bugs have made it less fun. Yeah, okay, I'm glad you're here, man. I'm glad you got the message. Yeah, we're open to having more people play, but we prefer that, again, if it's like a friend you know or something that could join in, that would be preferred. Although we could give it a go. So far, we haven't had anyone else quite yet ask besides you. Only because, again, we only done it one other time, and it was very abrupt, very spontaneous. So yeah,
It was
join.
experimental.
You could join the Pawclaw Show Discord, and I will try to let you know if someone else does seem interested. I'm also gonna post it in the Back for Blood Reddit. So if you want people to join it, make sure to upvote it when I do post about it in the Discord, and that's the best I can do, honestly. Unless you want to promote it, which we do definitely appreciate that if you want to do that. The first competition is posted on the YouTube channel at Pawclaw Plays.
And believe me, media, you're not the only one who thinks that right now. I think a very, very big percentage of the community is in a similar feeling or thought bubble as you are, including myself. I definitely agree with you. So I'm very passionate about the game, but when it comes to the fun aspect, that's definitely one thing that kills the joy. So So, you know, I'm trying to stay hopeful for the next patch, you know?
Yeah, I do have another idea though. I can open it up to random players, but it will have to be a 2v2 situation. 2 players with a team of a team of 2, a team of 4. It's 2 bots and 2 players versus a team of a similar composition, and it has to be on veteran. And then that way we can see how it goes. But again, because of the RNG nature of the game, it could really fall flat. But you know, that's why we gotta try it out. But and also because it's random players, it could be a crapshoot. But I'm excited to maybe try that sort of concept out. But for consistency's sake, recruit would be the best.
Another idea I'm thinking of, if veteran becomes too much, is you basically pick the deck out for your opponent. I think that could be an interesting mix to kind of like spice up the competition, you know? Say like if someone has to pick like a character in the build, I'll be like, oh, I want you to be Holly with a melee build, so you have to, you know, build cards around melee, you know? Stuff like that. So
Yeah, that would be pretty fun.
or maybe
Yeah,
if
I like
I
that
want
idea.
you, like, no, I want you to be Jim. I want you to go sniper. Stuff like
Gotcha.
that. You know? So, but you know, if you have any ideas, as Pawclaw said, join the Discord. You know, I'm always in there with them. Besides the fact that I may be his best friend, but he is looking for ways to like further his enjoyment, his community, and you know, what he likes doing.
Yeah, Back 4 Blood's really fun, and yeah, Vin and I had our own like difficulties and stuff with this game, and like taking a step back and like instead of like playing regular on, I guess quote unquote regular, right, on veteran or nightmare, that taking a step and doing recruit gave it like a whole new challenge and like speedrunning, and also kind of made us like laugh off some of the more niche moments in the game. You know, it was kind of like a little more refreshing, more tranquil. And I know there's a lot of flack going on speedrunning in the community, because of speed griefers mostly. But I think like different avenues of play are really fun, as long as you're not like messing with people how they want to play. If they communicate how they want to play, if they don't say anything and they complain, then that's their problem.
Just try not to die. We're short on personnel.
So yeah, so let's I guess get back to the competition here. We got. Oh wow, is Bub actually behind this time?
Yeah, he is. He went down pretty early in the first mission. He went down in like the parking lot, in the underground tunnel for car parking lot. And,
Right.
And Sully actually just had no problems. Didn't get like any like horrific spawns or trouble. I think Sully actually finished killing the breaker before Bub did. He almost caught up, but he ran out of grenades, unfortunately. So Sully after that just continued cruising along with speed running and all that, as you see right here. And that's what he's been doing so far. Bub, on the other hand, I don't know. Oh, the sleeper. Why always got to shoot that sleeper, man. Sometimes you think you're quick enough, but that son of a gun is just too quick.
Ooh, speaking of sleepers. Oh, Bub's getting decked in the water. Down to 53, ticking down to 50 perhaps on health, but he has just made it to the tunnel. He's doing a pretty good job. He's made it past the crux and the hurdle, if you will, of this level, really.
Yeah, it seems like Sully's like a complete level ahead. I don't understand how I got this far ahead.
You're telling me.
Right now, and that's not being drunk or whatever, tipsy. I'm just saying, like, how did Sully just like get this so far ahead?
Woo! You're telling me,
Lord.
man. I like, all jokes aside, I looked away for like a level or something, just to kind of keep the chat in the communication here with what's going on and what we do here. And oh man, it seems like I just missed so much. But that's not the fault to anybody. Appreciate anybody that comes to the chat and inquires about our brand new amateur speedrun competition on Back 4 Blood.
He likes meeting new people.
Let's make a move.
Yeah, I feel like a streamer would, naturally.
I'm you specifically.
Ooh, Sully's
Alright,
got the
so-
hops now. Round 2, he's bringing the hops in. He's getting in the mix, and he's got a lot of stamina to work with. Let's take a look at that card list at this point in time. So,
Hip hop, hippity hoppity, just like Foster's home, on his way to an imaginary place.
so
Oh,
interesting.
that's
So,
done right there, isn't it, Pawclaw? The A12.
AA-12 is my favorite door breaker gun. That is just so good. You run out of
Door breaking?
grenades. Yeah.
Door breaking, no breaking, breaker breaking.
Breaking my fracking my oil, breaking shotgun. So stupid.
Even oh my god.
Oh.
So he untied the boat, gotta wait a little bit for the boat to come, and then after that it's just smooth sailing, seeing how Sully's now familiarized or refamiliarized with the map.
Mm-hmm.
Just completely dominating game 2, it looks like. So I like to see
Oh, Bub's got a sleeper corruption card. Slumber Party corruption card is gonna make sleepers lay out throughout the whole level.
We'll be fine.
And it looks like Bub might have just reached his 6th card. Looking into the shop right now, because they're definitely gonna pack up some nades. How many slots does he have there, Vin, on the grenades? Can you see?
yeah, 4.
He's got 4. Definitely didn't see the upgrades he got earlier. Had the option to get stamina. Gonna opt out of that in favor of just getting his bang, his buck, his bombs. Those 4 grenades, baby. Gonna roll into this level. Gonna go across the riverside and go into the ladder warehouse side. Meanwhile, Sully is skipping across the trailer park, really making some good progress. He actually might be 2 levels ahead? Well, no. Can't be 2 levels ahead, right? No way.
Oh, Bub got the breaker.
You know what?
And there goes the breaker.
I'm gonna be smart, and I'm gonna open up my game so I have the overlay of the levels up in
Will
front of
Bub
me.
fall for the same mistake twice? No, he has learned. He has remembered there was a sleeper on that side of the pillar of the bridge. Good job with that memory, Bub.
I'm Pawclaw, Vin.
Going to need your bird to get that gear out.
And I'm Vinsane.
You said Pawclaw, didn't you?
Good luck.
I thought I said Bub.
Oh man.
Oh,
this is
I don't
exciting.
know.
And
Chat
then I said,
confirmed.
like, look. Hey, wait, what?
Let's hustle, people.
I was pointing out to you that as soon as I complimented Bub for remembering the sleepers, he just got slept on.
All
See, look
right,
what you
so
made. Now I'm directing this to you. Look what you made me do, Pawclaw. Look what you've done. Look at the catastrophe you created.
Sure this is safe? I mean, sure.
all right, so at the point of the clock, I'm looking at the level list now. At the point of the clock, Sully should have 8 cards. So right now he's at the fanny pack level. If you look at the list of cards he has on the right side, he should be around the fanny pack level. Again, you could choose whichever card you want as they come up, but they all come up in the same order. As for Bub's side, he looks to be at the Fleet of Foot, 6th or 7th card. He did pick Demolitions Expert at the start of this level, I guess in preparation, because the last round, he had to run into the Hag on this level, which kind of slowed him down a bit, but not by much, because he had a lot of power going on.
I think he also picked up grenade pouch as well. That would explain why he has 4 instead of 3.
Yeah, it's true. I was thinking automatically, I was like, Bub's a grenade man. It makes sense. He's got 4 nades, but yeah, so you're saying he bought a slot upgrade at the start of one of the levels?
No, he picked it from the deck slot.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, Bub's getting slept on. 25 health, 23. Going down little by little. No meds in his pocket. Could be another situation where he just doesn't have the means to do the objective. If you guys didn't know, in this game, the bots are very good at aiming, but they don't really do objective.
Think of this as a game show.
Okay, we gotta stop for a moment. Looks like Bub got downed, but the bots are there using their DPS, using their aimbot capabilities to just keep the pace going. But anyway, so bots don't do objectives. They don't
Capabilities humans don't have.
patch up doors. They don't kill nest zombie nodes like those yellow things. But they teleport to you, though. That's good. They teleport to you, and
I hate this game so fucking much.
oh, poor Sully. He thinks he's behind, but he's doing great. Oh my god, it's it definitely brings back memories. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it definitely brings back memories. It's funny.
Oh yeah, I can definitely relate.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Whew. I need myself some wings or something, man. This is appetizing. Oh my god, this gets me so excited. We might be able to give him the wild cards, man.
Yeah.
We might be able to talk about it and put it in full-fledged.
Man, there could be anything in there.
Yeah, disclaimer alert, chat, I do not know what his wild cards are. And if he says I spoke with him before, do not listen to him. He is lying. My opponent is a liar and should not be trusted.
Opponent? We're commentators on the same side. We're in the same booth, man. Online. COVID, pray tell. You know. But online.
My opponent is a liar and should not be trusted.
Damn, Sully keeps getting interrupted by what seems to be a model displacement. So in this game, it seems like I had a situation with my friend the other day. Not sure if this is true. I was playing on veteran casual with my friend TJ, and he was reviving me, and he said that a zombie pushed him as the zombie passed by to try and hit somebody else. As the zombie pushed him away enough that the revive kind of canceled the revive animation. So I don't know if the same thing happened with the crates there with Sully, but something definitely took him off. 2 stalkers. Oh my gosh. Health is still looking pretty good. Sully's not doing too bad. He still has the grenades in his pocket. Clear, much bigger difference from last round. And a propane tank. Sully is just keeping keen eye on preparation and objective. He knows what he has to do. But yes, I hope that didn't push Sully out of the way. And I hope his model didn't get pushed.
So bad if you got knocked off the boat. So apparently you're like Sonic in this game. Go in the water, you're dead. Don't understand why, but apparently Riddick, who are undead people, can go into the water, and the cleaners cannot. Makes me angry. But anyway, as Sully finally wraps up the crate and completes this level, now onto the 3 Amigo box.
Amigo box. Oh yeah, Amigo boxes, huh?
I'm trying to make up shit as I go, and I don't know.
So something that you guys might not have noticed in the deck right now, so just to explain a few cards that are in the mix. Bub has the card On Your Mark. Now, On Your Mark is a fantastic speed card. It gives you plus 15% move speed when you get out of that safe room gate. That little door at the beginning of every level, yeah, when you get out of that, you get 15% increased move speed for 30 seconds. You can also keep track of all the statuses that they get with the little circles on the bottom of their screen. I know it's hard to see on this overlay, and forgive me for the best that we can do here on the Pawclaw show. But, you know, that's what you'll be able to see. So anyway, On Your Mark is an interesting choice here, specifically because it only gives you that 15% boost on the 30 seconds. So after that, you lose out on that speed. If we look at Bub's deck here on the left, he actually only has, it seems to be 1 speed card. Actually, no, I'm sorry. He has 1 speed card and another speed card. They're spread out. Run Like Hell gives you plus 15%, and Fleet of Foot, the 7th card, gives you 10% increase. And then he has Mad Dash after that. The rest of it is running and training cards. So I think part of what we're seeing here is him getting slowed down by some of the card composition he has. He has all the power in his hands and all the bombs for early preparation, but the speed mitigation and control is, it looks to be not there as much as he'd like to.
God!
But oh my goodness!
From 100 to 6 in a second! Oh my God! Sully decided to.
Oh my gosh.
Click on
Give
the
this man a
button.
brisk. Give this man a Kit Kat bar. Give him a
Well,
break.
this man got a tea bag in it and almost killed him. I'll say that much.
Oh, it actually looks like Bub also got downed.
Oh, and the hag spawned. What is going on here?
Holy
And now
shit.
he's taking over Walker. What is going on in these two games?
Well, Bub just had to talk crap about running past the hag. Now he has the hag at a less favorable level. He's going to go and try and get to the crates, and if he does, the hag might actually just scoop him up. But looks like he's about to rescue his character and take back control and get control of his cards again. If you guys didn't know, when you die and you control the bots on your team, the bots do not have the same cards as you do. They have a much more different auto-chosen, I think the same all the time, pre-configured deck. So you won't get the speed, you won't get the use speed, you won't get the health, etc., etc. So it's really, really important to just get back into the game, and sometimes you can go and finish the level as the computer sure, and you'll get your body back in the next level. But other times, you gotta go and rescue your body. Get your decks back, get your slots back for your nades, and all the power you had going up to this point.
Jeez. And a wretch is blocking his path and dealt like an unnecessary 40 damage, I think? I want to say? 35?
Get the fuck out of the way, Snorlax. We got things to do. Is that a good Pokemon
Hey,
reference?
Peter, there's a big wretch blocking the stairway. I think we ought to deal with it, you know?
Get out of the way, I'm trying to read! That ogre looks so much smaller on Sully's screen right. Oh my, was that 2 nades? And that was it? For Sully?
That was it. That was it. He has blue nades and probably more upgrades on top of it.
Blue nades and all upgrades. What a line.
Fun fact, by the way, accessory damage will apply to hazard objects around you. So those barrels will also gain the damage as well. Not just grenade throws and all that. It's all like explosives.
Mm-hmm.
Missing the weak spots. Got the weak spot. Got to run to the safe house. Sully looking like he's taking this game if he doesn't get grabbed by the stalker. Thank God. I have a burning.
Oh my gosh. Alright, so at this point in time, we got a complete revert from the last round. Sully is the one that is now 2 levels ahead after Bub. We saw in round 1, Bub was way ahead, I think 2 levels ahead from almost from the beginning to the middle-ish of the competition here on round 1. But in round 2, Sully is ahead. It's unbelievable.
Now he has purple grenades. How many grenades will it take to kill a breaker?
And Bub has to wait patiently for the helicopter to come by, and he's only on the 2nd crate. Definitely causing a lot of problems in the run, but again, this is one of the few scripted sequences that I don't think is based on RNG besides box positioning. So unfortunately, Bub just has to wait his turn, wait for the helicopter to come by, wait for the tether to come down, and that is when Bub will be allowed to position
got the
those.
wrong one again.
Oh, he got the wrong box.
No.
Oh,
Yep,
no.
he's at the crazy. Don't tell me he's at the wrong one.
No, he's
Okay,
not.
he's at the
Helicopter's there.
Oh, thank God.
Alright.
Oh, jeez, I would have felt so bad for him.
So, we're going to take a moment to comment here because it looks like we have some time to talk. This level, you can see a lot of bars come up, a lot of status, a lot of bars on when he's doing the crates. This is a very good level to draw a use speed card just to kind of quicken the process. On a small difficulty level like this, on Recruit, the easiest difficulty in the game, but, you know, put here for entertainment of you guys and the speed and the competition. It may not be as important to get use speed, but in later difficulties, you want to just get that done and get the hell out of there because you standing still for too long is a huge problem. So, it's okay that he doesn't have a use speed card here, but it definitely would help if you had at least one in there.
That would've
Breakers
killed
coming
him.
in, jumping in on Bub. Bub's health is not looking too bad. Throwing in the nades. 1, 2. Okay, he's going to quicken the pace a little bit. Going to free Walker. And it looks like, looking over, Sully's fighting his own breaker. Just
okay. Well, he just glitch jumped his way up there. Cool.
a lot of specials through the wall here. You got a couple stalkers. You got a bruiser. Oh, it looks like a stalker coming from down neck like Rey Mysterio off the ropes. Going to try and grab somebody. Oh, so Sully's got to watch his health down to 46, but he has meds in his pocket. I think he has 2 or 3.
Oh, man. Don't stand near the cars. You can't take damage from it if it explodes.
Oh my god. Yeah, the car I think seems to be a one-hit no matter the difficulty, man. It explodes.
I'm actually really terrified. Can Sully clutch it out?
Yeah, he's out of nades now, so he's gonna have to go off of
He's
raw
got 3, 4
firepower
boys
right now.
Zooming in, and he does. Oh my god.
Alright, beautiful comeback. Right as Bub finishes his level, Sully finishes the last one. What a timing.
Glad we could help.
And a weird thing about the level that Bub just complete, when you're hooking the hooks, when you push the button, you at first I had the problem where I thought that you had to push it and then hold it, but for some reason whenever I did that, it would just like let go as soon as I like had the animation to put it on. What you do is you just push it, you hold it, you can even hold it before you see the message, and it should automatically hook it. Just don't let go. It'll like buffer the input. So that was something interesting I learned.
Yeah, you could definitely buffer the input, although it seems like not too long. Alright, so let's look at Bub as he's finishing up here, and the last options he has. Doesn't have a grenade option. It's kind of funny that Sully ran out of nades, considering he had purples.
Actually,
I just realized that.
He has 2 more levels he has to complete.
Yeah, he has to finish. Yeah, he has to finish.
He has to do the ogre. Then he has to do the library mission with the ogre and the breaker. And then he does the church with the 2 breakers. I didn't realize he was this far behind. Holy moly!
Yeah, this is actually turned out to be 3 levels behind. It is much more than a reversal. Even with the mastermind of grenades himself was behind. And, oh man. Like, who would have thought the man with the powerhouse plan coming to the competition, just really having a good handle on the grenade play in this game would be behind, you know, in terms of progress and with, seems to be hitting the mark with the grenades. But that's not no fault to him because it's a nervous situation. You don't know if you're behind, you don't know if you're ahead. All you see is your own vision and your own perspective. He is on the second to last level, but no idea where Sully is, so all they can do is just keep trucking hard.
Man.
Hey, could you grab me water next time you're at the canteen?
Yeah.
Alright, so since Bub is a decent amount behind, we're gonna switch the audio over to him. That's gonna keep the intensity and the gameplay going. If you guys have any questions, now is a good time for it, whether it be about the competition or about what's going on here on understanding the game. If you would like to, you can join the Discord for the Pawclaw show. In the Twitch chat, you can type !Discord. Apologies, I don't have any commands elsewhere. It kind of works different on different streams and different avenues. And of course, my social should be available. Twitter at Pawclaw show. Subscribe to my YouTube channel where I'm going to post this very competition at Pawclaw Plays. Oh my gosh, that gargoyle jump. That was amazing. Yo, if the breaker's around, Gotham's always going to be saved. That's all I'm going to say. That's crazy. That guy jumped like he was ready to snatch some drug dealers, man.
And they nerfed his speed, right?
I don't know what they nerfed with him. I know they buffed the health or something, and the jump cooldown or something was nerfed. Or I don't know. All right, thank you, Vin, for putting that in the chat. I appreciate that.
You know, I'm just doing my job that I don't get paid for. You're welcome.
Yeah, it's your Vinternship.
Let's make a move before I change my mind.
I hate you. I hate you so much because of the fact that was absolutely funny. Oh, very clever. Clever.
Oh wait, I put the audio on for both. Oopsies.
Don't be patting yourselves on the back just yet.
All right, so Vin, what should be the wild cards be that we offer to both players? What do you think? What X Factor options should we give them? Knowledge, immediate access to a speedrunner's deck. What do you think?
I actually have not done a lot of researching for Speedrunning Act 2, so I can't really say as much of what I could provide as like factors to help either player, so sorry, I can't do much on that.
No, that's okay. I was gonna say like a one off the leaderboard or something. But we could okay, we'll make it two options. One will be that we'll tell them of the ways to save. We could tell them the ways to save time, right? That would be the door, the jump exploit. Two is they can get personal advice from me or from you. They could choose between the two.
Okay.
Look at Sully. What's going on?
Wait, what is Sully doing? Wait, what? I never seen that.
I just noticed. That's amazing.
That's pretty funny. Drado,
All right.
Drado, Drado.
All right, now to unmute them.
Drado, Drado, Drado. The apocalypse, let's play.
All right. Good job to both of you guys. You guys finished at the same time.
What?
No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't know how we're gonna do this. You both got a tie, evidently.
Stop pulling my chain.
Stop pulling my chain, man. Oh, man, definitely a lot of feelings coming off of that one, right, Vin?
I'll tell you this. I wasn't expecting game 2 to go the way it did, but it was quite a different. It was like a whole different contrast to game 1. So it was actually very interesting, and I actually don't know how game 3 is going to go because of that alone.
Oof.
Well, you didn't formally say who won, but there's a game 3, so.
Here's a game
Yeah,
3.
you won.
Sully is the winner of round 2, turning it around from round 1.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, so many details I want to share. Oh my goodness. Such a great watch on both ends. Oh, okay. So we have a tiebreaker again. This is really exciting. And I'm going to pull you guys into separate calls here, and you guys can decide what you would like as a benefit going into this next round. And of course, you guys will get another 5 minutes to decide what you want to change in your deck. A lot to think about, a lot of different changes from, I think, arguably from last round, just on what happened even. RNG came back in full force for both of you guys, for better or for worse. So, a lot to think about for sure. We're going to take Bub in since he lost. We took in Sully last time first. So, yeah, I guess we'll just mute Sully.
see you soon.
See you soon. All right, let's go. Let's bring it over to Bub. Bub, how's it going, man?
I'm pretty good.
All right, I'm gonna start off just to give Vin a break here. Let me just switch over to the right screen. All right, Bob, how did you feel about that one, man?
Yeah, that one was rough. um, Getting
Let's.
the baker on the first level was rough.
Hmm.
Because that first level took me a long time to finish, and I still forgot where to go. So, let's say I fell into the water in that one level,
Right, right.
with the boat and stuff like that. I feel like near the end I kind of picked up speed, but the beginning was very rough.
Yeah,
Not
starting out with that breaker couldn't have been easy for sure.
Yeah,
Because it's like no matter how much grenade power you have, you're just at the first level. So it's like it's really
yeah,
daunting. It shakes you up and it makes you go like, damn, dude, should I have changed my deck or not? And we know at this game, it's a toss up what you do, right? At what point?
yeah,
So that was also like another reason why I said, hey, I believe you guys start with 3 cards. Keep that in mind. So that way, like nothing went too stale on the first level. Although I wasn't saying it for the means of boss, I was just saying in general because you know how sometimes we'll set up our initial thing like, oh yeah, they're gonna give us 6 cards, and then we're gonna draw one,
yeah,
and then it ends up that we just like, oh shit, I wasn't ready for this build yet. Like,
yeah,
it's like now I don't have enough spaces at the end. This is bad.
yeah.
Sheesh. So I would say, where do you feel like you did a pretty like spanking good job, and where do you feel like you fell?
Um,
I know you said you
hmm,
fell on the ship wall and stuff, but where do you feel like you came out on
yeah.
top? You feel like you did a good job. You feel.
Well, I feel like this round I did get. I feel like I got more bosses this round, but it's weird though because I feel like I put the bombs right in the beginning of the deck because last time 'cause I wanted to get out of the way just in case I don't get any upgrades and I could just have bombs from the start and then get speed as it goes on. But I
Mm-hmm.
feel like on the first level I got a boss card, so I was like, oh no, I have to fight a breaker maybe. So I got all bombs by in the beginning, but I
Mm-hmm.
had no speed at all, and I was very slow in the beginning. Um, and the boss took off a lot of my HP. I went down a lot, so I feel like that was kind of a mess. I feel like I still might get bombs in the beginning, but I'll definitely need to get at least 1 speed card off the first 3 cards. I can't get 3 bomb cards off the first one. If I get a breaker, I just gotta fight it the normal way, because I can't deal with being that slow at the start. Um, Besides that, I think I did okay near the. I didn't near the end. I picked up speed. Killing all the bosses very quick, running through them. But the beginning part was the roughest part, and the middle part, when I found the water, that messed me up too. But yeah, I just gotta play a little more solid this time.
Yeah, I imagine that this last round is going to be pretty tight. Vin, if you're watching a video, I kind of hear it from your side.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Just a little bit. All right, Bub. So I got one question for you. You're familiar with the wild cards from last time, right?
Yeah.
So we're definitely gonna give you an option. I think it definitely wasn't as easy to think of, X factors and wild cards for you guys for this time, but we still have something in the mix. So you have your choice between one being time savers. We have a couple time savers that we can reveal to you that might help you on your run and save some time. Now, it's not as much of a time saver as the other competition for Act 1. It's not an exploit like that. It's just simply like, a minor shortcut or two that might help you out in your run a little bit. There's really not a whole lot you can do in Act 2 as far as the community knows.
Mhm.
Option 2 is deck advice from Vin and I. Vin said he didn't do a lot of research. He he might not be the go-to guy, but I haven't as well. I'm not really too versed in Act 2, but you know what I'll say. I think me and Vin will we can both give our advice instead of one or the other on your deck, and maybe give a couple comments to get you going. But I would say just to keep it fair between the two options, we'll give like a few comments, not much more, like a little hint, right, Vin?
Yeah.
Kind of sounds like a coaching advice or whatever, right?
Yeah, yeah, like a little coaching. Like hey, a sprinkle of this, sprinkle of that might help you out or something. You know. So yeah, those would be the two options. You couldn't come out on a third one. So what do you think?
Um. hmm. The time saver isn't really not much of a no. I guess I'll go for the time saver. I don't know. I don't know how much time it's gonna give me though.
Like I said, it's not a crazy amount like Act 1, but it's still kind of nice to think about, to consider on when, you know, as the last round here. But deck advice is good too. You guys both did a solid job. I think you guys get the gist of it, but
Yeah.
um,
Well, I guess I'll go for the deck advice. I just want to ask one question. I guess since in your experience of speedrunning, do you think it's better to have movement speed or a sprint speed? Which ones do you think means more, I guess, for speedrunning? Because I assume movement speed because you don't always have sprint on you. You don't always have stamina on you. So when you're just going slow with no stamina, you can move faster. But is that better, or is it better to have more stamina to just run more?
it really depends on the act. I would say like movement speed always is the name of the game, but as you probably could tell in this act, there's a lot of long strides.
Yeah.
So there is.
Unfortunately, my advice would it be to answer that kind of question? My advice wouldn't be pertain to the deck. It will be more to something else mechanical wise to help you out with that further. So overall, to answer your question simply put, speed is better, but it's better with a certain technique.
Right, yeah. It's one that you guys kind of picked up last competition. Nothing too hard, but there's a better way to conserve things overall, right?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I'll let you have one more question because that one was kind of simpler. It's to balance out the options here about your deck. So maybe give it a thought, and we'll give it a listen.
Okay. I guess generally, do you think it's good to have the bombs in the deck, or just fight them normal way?
I would say it's a good idea to have the bombs. Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
I would say if you want to get the mission done quicker, I would suggest strongly sticking with the bomb.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think but maybe taking it out, maybe going more damage, but I guess I'll keep the bombs because the last stretch is all bosses back to back. So.
All right, and one little cherry on top I'll throw in because I was talking to Vin about this a little bit. Speed was not a bad idea, but I'm making some considerations for the removal or replacements of On Your Mark. Because it's not a bad card, but it's for a limited time. So.
Yeah, I would consider replacing that card as well.
Yeah.
As my last advice.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yep.
All right, so we're going to talk to Sully, and we'll see you in a bit.
Yep.
Hopefully, we gave you some advice to ponder on.
Yep.
Good luck.
Good luck. Hey, Sully, how's it going?
Hello.
Hey, what's up, Sully?
Sully, how you feeling, man? How you feeling coming off that?
Feeling better. Feeling better. I was worried that I sort of thought I would still lose, but at least keep it like way closer. So I'm happy to actually win that one.
Yeah, you won. Did a good job.
Yeah.
You guys both still had your shit, but you did a good job. You pulled through. Well, where do you feel like you excelled? Oh, go ahead.
All I gotta say with those two races, if Bub dominated game 1, you dominated game 2, who God only knows what game 3 is gonna be.
Yeah, we're not just saying that to be corny. It's true.
It's actually true.
I know you don't want to share too many details, but did he like have to restart or anything?
I can't share that, man.
We'll just say that domination was the key theme around here.
All right. I'm gonna assume he restarted because I don't know where else that like gap could have come from.
No,
At first, I was.
You'd be surprised.
So Pawclaw, go ahead and tell him what he's won.
So, looking behind door number 1, we've got a nice, flexible wood-furnished kitchen with a marble on top.
Ooh.
And door number 2, a brand new car.
Ah.
that you can't fit in your driveway. Sorry to say. So door number 1 it is. No.
And door number 3 is the mystery box.
Ooh.
Door number 4 is the dreidel from the shooting station.
I was hoping you guys saw that.
I looked over like at a random time. I just saw it spinning. I was like, oh. Anyway, so where do you feel like you really knocked it out of the park, and where do you feel like you fell on that run?
Well, I didn't die, and I made things explode, and that's it. That was so, Coach. I had a good game plan going in. You know, my 2 goals: don't die, blow the shit up, and I think I did it.
All right. I like your enthusiasm.
Kids at home would be proud. Be like, Daddy really knocked it out of the park tonight, and I was almost there to witness it.
Almost.
Yeah.
Okay. We got to stick on topic. I'm getting a little tired.
Right.
As fun as this conversation might be.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very true. All right. Vin, do you have any more questions before we get to the wild card section of the interview?
I thought we were doing the wild card section. I didn't expect it.
I'm just saying if you have any last questions before we get to that.
Yeah. When is game 3 gonna happen?
When is game 3 gonna happen? What?
Yeah, I think he's like acting like a crowd member.
Oh.
All right.
No,
So
Ollie from Family Guy. Anyway, go ahead,
Sheesh.
Pawclaw.
All right. So just like the last competition, this competition we got some new wild cards for you, very similar to prior, although not as crazy. So we got 2 options for you. Number 1 is the time savers. I'm sure you're familiar with time savers, exploits and stuff, and shortcuts and all that nature. So in Act 2, I will say there's nothing crazy like, you know, going over a barrier and going through a trail or anything like that, but there is shortcuts, you know. I got to use very specific wording here. Pretty much natural ways and semi-unnatural ways to kind of save you time. It's not going to save you a crazy amount of time like the trailer pull, but it still might be helpful to know, you know what I mean? Give you a little bit of an edge. Option number 2 is plain and simple, just deck advice from me and Vin. This time it's not like one or the other, it's just from both of us. And then as we go, we'll find ways to kind of, you know, we'll give you like some, as Vin was putting it, when we're talking to Bub, well, it's kind of like card coaching, you know. We'll give you a little bit of general advice, and along the way, depending on what the questions you ask, we might try to level it out with choice number 1. Like we might just maybe let you ask more questions based on how you feel it, you know, if it's fair with.
In other words, option number 3 is coaching advice or something like that. I don't know how many questions you get, so
It's just 2 options, but yeah, you get it. So. Which one do you think you'll go with?
Am I allowed to? Because my reflex is always to ask for like shortcuts and stuff. Am I allowed to tell you the shortcuts that I know, and if there's like nothing good outside of those, you'll just tell me, okay, don't pick that option?
You could
Because
tell
I
us.
know like 2 or 3.
You could tell us what you know, and then I guess we will figure out how to give you deck advice to level it out, if that's the case. Because yeah, I guess if you know, I mean, it is up to you which choice it is at the end. But yeah, I guess you could let us know what you know, since you kind of are a little versed, maybe more than Bub is.
Okay. So the only ones I know, and I went for it.
You could pull up the menu if you want. Let's look at it.
Okay.
At the level.
Where's it? Okay. So one like right in the beginning of the first level, where you can get like the toolkit to open up like the stairwell in the parking garage and like totally skip the nest part.
Correct. That's one of them.
I tried to do that this time, but the door just didn't spawn. And I didn't think about it the first time, so I don't know if it was there or not.
Right.
I think
Correct.
yeah, same level where there's something where you can like jump across the gap in like the scaffolding.
Correct. Yes, that's the other
But
one.
I wasn't sure if that requires like a high move speed to make the jump, so I just didn't want to go for it.
Yeah.
So
kinda.
unlike competition one, I'll just let you straight up know that you do need speed. Um, but I don't think it's a crazy amount because you can only draw 3 cards.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say that
I don't know the exact number, unfortunately.
I think you might just need 1 or 2 cards. But keep in
No,
mind how
you
much.
need like a set percentage of speed to make it over.
No, I know.
But I don't know
I've
that
seen it on
exact
the
number.
Reddit a few times.
Yeah.
So just go with your instincts with that, and just honestly, if you miss it, it's not a big deal. I'll say
You
that.
don't.
I'll say that much because when you fall
And,
down,
and you're pretty
you
much
just
spot on about the door. It is chance. I'll say that much.
Yeah. Probably
yeah
won't risk it.
yeah. So
Um,
those are the options there of the skips. So
But he already knew them, so.
yeah I know. So okay. So
So what, does that count as the first one then?
well, he knows about both of them. Clearly, it's just the method is where it's kind of stuck. So, well, we'll give some light deck advice because he did win the last round as well. So we'll kind of just make it vague in a sense.
I would just say coaching advice would be probably be better. Give him like X amount of questions he could ask for like tips or advice,
Okay.
and that's it.
Vin, I think you'd probably be a good person to take the helm on that on the coaching because I have the deck he had up, but you don't not be able to see it. So maybe you're able to do that. You think? You down for that?
I have it up now on my screen.
Okay, yeah. Say okay. So yeah, Sully has it up as well. So okay, how about we do maybe a pinch of both then?
Pinchables.
So then go ahead. Well, I guess I'll gauge my advice off of how much you give on your side. With your go ahead and
So
coach him.
you get like 3 questions that you have in mind that you're not sure on.
Three questions to Vin, and then you can ask me about deck stuff.
Okay.
Or you can ask Vin about deck stuff, I guess, in the mix. It's all general coaching, so.
Well, that yeah, it's just my advice to you. That's basically what it is.
Okay. I guess question 1 is just, do you have any general advice for me?
Vin?
I'm thinking.
Oh, okay, I just want to make sure.
I would say your deck build is pretty much in the right direction. I would make adjustments with a few cards to try to fit in 2 types of builds in one. I don't want to give too much information, but I'll let you think about that and think about what I mean by that. Those 2 builds ideally are probably your best approach to being even quicker. I would the other thing I would say in general is there's certain things you could just avoid by running, and I don't want to give away too much on that. I'll let you think about that. What I mean once again, because I don't want to give like too much like. I don't want to give you the answer of what I mean. I just want you to think about like, okay, what did you mean by just running through? You know, there's a lot of moments in situations where you stop, but even though it's like you felt like you had to stop, you could have just kept running and nothing would have happened to your health bar. So that was another thing. Watch out for sleepers and sleepers. Try to remember their location as best you can. At least the areas that you recall.
Mm-hmm.
And just be careful of the mutant spawn bug. That's it. That's the general advice I would give. Everything else is really solid, other than I could say.
Okay.
That I can sell. I mean, yeah, you're selling it to him.
Sold it pretty good. I guess as the next question is, one of the things I can run by the ogre in the first, like the first of the last 3 levels, when he just like spawns in the town, because it's just the level where he spawns, you kill him, there's the safe room. I didn't want to risk there being some sort of barrier if I try to run by him, and then I have to run all the way back to the turret. So I
Okay,
just
I'll say this much as advice. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're thinking. My advice is, you say the word barrier, and I say the word experiment. And what I mean by that is, if it's worth the risk to you, then run with it. That's all I gotta say.
You talk about Heralds of the Worm 1, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh well, you can't run past that, fortunately.
Okay. Tried to be
But,
all.
but I'm just trying to
keep it
give you like
philosophical.
advice on like barrier type things because I wanted to give you like a tip in the advice in the right a pointer. What? Help me out here, Pawclaw. What would be the correct word to describe what I'm trying to do?
Trying to coach him.
Trying to nudge him in the right direction, but
There
I
you
don't want to
go.
give him like a straight up answer. There we go. So try considering that for a moment if you feel confident with that. That's all I got to say.
Alright, I think that's pretty well said.
Okay.
I like that a lot.
What's your last question?
Um. Can I use up a question to try to get a more specific answer on something you said before?
All right, I'll do this much. If you want me to answer it, I'll answer it. I'll just give you a straight up answer for only that one specific question.
Okay.
So, what's the question you want me to specifically answer?
I was trying to think.
Oh.
So when you said about trying to make 2 builds in one, would the
Okay.
other builds be more of like, rather than sticking with SMG, try to do like a DPS build of like a stronger gun, whether that's like AR, LMG, sniper, because this campaign does have a lot of focus of just like killing things. So it's like use SMG when I need to go fast, but then try to pick up something else for like the boss rush at the end.
Pretty much, you want to go with a speed, then transition into a grenade build. That's the the closest specific answer I could give.
Okay.
Stellar advice, sir. It's a lot there.
All right. Was I supposed to also ask you stuff, Pawclaw, or was that it?
Well, Vin gave a lot, but I'll kind of give you what I gave to Bub, more or less at the end. The cherry on top I gave to Bub. So I will say probably a card or two I would recommend that you either take out or replace from what I see in front of me right now.
And that's the updated deck with like Bomb Squad and everything?
Yeah. Again, wait, did you change it? Did you change it from when you won just now to now?
No. Yeah, I still have the same one.
Yeah, no, I had that on the overlay, so we're fine.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, I'll give you like one that I feel like must be removed and one that's like optional.
Okay.
I think Ridden Slayer might not be required. But also your use speed cards I don't think you need as much, although it does help. You know, these aren't the same as like the the Windows and Rescue mission and stuff, so I think you could do what you want with the use cards, but I would say probably replace the Ridden Slayer altogether with something else. And that's all I'll say with the deck.
Okay. Well, thank you for the coaching.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to balance it out between you guys. Very interesting stuff brought up, and again, all learning experience here at the Pawclaw show over these competitions. So
Yeah.
it seemed pretty good. I'm pretty happy with what transpired in the interviews. All right, so I'll see you guys in a minute, and we'll do a. I guess I'll let you guys know in a minute. I'm gonna talk with Vin about how much time we should give this time.
Okay. Okay.
3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so they're both muted now. Vin, what do you think is going to transpire here?
I can't say the momentum shift between how the pacing of game 1 into game 2 was like huge. There was a significant difference in how game 1 was played and then how it transitioned to. So I don't know. I can't really say how much either is going to make like changes to the deck, but you know, it's definitely something.
I think I'm gonna look at Bub's side. You look at Sully's side, and I guess we'll just give comments back and forth here. So it looks like Bub is taking a look at his explosive cards. I know he was worried about the pacing. I know he was worried about speed, and deciding how he wants to start things off. A lot of problems at the beginning. You know, rough things, sudden boss. You know, something he really feels like he has to decide the weight of that, the weight of the bosses of what he wants to worry about in the beginning.
Yeah, it looks like Sully is just looking at some move speed cards ideally right now. And I don't know if he's gonna look into more damage for his grenades and all that. Because there is more accessory damage you could gain.
That is true. Sully's eyeing the Ridden Slayer card, already gonna replace it and decide where to drag it. Priority of speed is a matter of positioning here. There are some levels that have long strides and some that don't, but a lot of it is a large sprint. Speed is the name of the game, but only if you have the pacing, only if you know how to bunny hop, which isn't hard to do. But man, if you guys don't know about this game, if you're sprinting and you decide to jump sprint, and just kind of like, let's say you're running and you just hold down the run button, you keep pressing the jump button, you're going to lose chunks of your sprint bar just from the jump action alone while you're sprinting. So usually the best thing to do is to kind of just like start running, let go of the sprint button, jump, and then land, and then I can't really explain it that well, but more or less sprint.
The execution timing is you let go of the run button before you jump, and then as soon as you land, then you wait like a moment or two, and then you can just run again. And you just continue that sequence to conserve stamina, and you know, while maintaining your speed. That's the term bunny hopping. But you don't want to hold sprint while jumping because it will take actually more stamina out of your bar than you actually just run on the ground.
Yeah, so final note, just to give him a few more seconds here to finish our thoughts. His speed is really important, but conservation of stamina is much more important, and it seems like they're kind of do regular running more than bunny hopping. So, yeah, it's just a matter of conservation and where they're keeping their mind at when it comes to bosses, mobs, versus pacing. So let's get into this next match now. 3,
Tentacle.
2, 1, go. I started the timer late, but it doesn't matter. All right. Okay. So now they're muted. All right, sorry, they're deafened. So let's get going. Let's see how this is going. All right, out the gate, you got. Oh wait, you can't do any upgrades yet, so not much commentary to be had there. But it looks like Sully is getting a little bit of a head start. Good pacing. I liked how he's trying to make up for lost time this competition. I certainly loved it last competition as well. Just keeping a mindful eye on pacing and just kind of going in there with confidence, really. Like it.
I like how he's utilizing some of the advice. Tough break for oh my god, I'm throwing out the puns already. Tough break for Bub over here. As this is the third one he's ran into at the start of the mission. And does Sully get a door? I don't think he does, right? Because I saw that he bought a toolkit in hopes that he would get the door, and it looks like he didn't.
Well, Sully bought a toolkit. Bub didn't buy a toolkit. So I guess we kind of get an idea of how this is going to go. Thankfully, I guess Sully didn't get a door. So they're both kind of held back. Going to keep the pace a little bit closer, which is kind of nice. But, you know, they're in their third round now, so a lot less mistakes can be made at this point.
Sully out of the car lot. Will he do that trick you mentioned?
Come on, this way.
Oh, I should have told him that.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
he
Okay.
tried.
I forgot you have to jump on the thing on the left, and then you could jump on that for sure. That's okay.
At least it wasn't Vince's
I mean,
fault.
you know why I didn't say anything? Because he said he knew about it, so I guess I just kind of in my head just made a shortcut. So that's I don't know. I guess it's nobody's fault. He got the advice. He got a lot of advice. He's got a lot on his plate.
It's totally your fault, except for the breaker that spawned on Bub. That was not his fault or anyone.
Yeah, definitely not.
All right, slowly looking like Shades of last game, as he's off to a strong start, already clearing the first act.
Well, I say Bub's not going to try for the shortcut or know about it particularly because he was out of stamina. Alright, Sully didn't get to pick out much. He is going with the
could just
nade
open
and the
that door.
toolkit in his pocket.
Weird how Bub and Sully both just instinctively destroy the door when sometimes they don't.
Nah, when you watch the last competition and stuff, you see that they actually had to destroy the door based on the prompt they came up with. That came up on the screen. So a lot of the time they do have to break it in, unfortunately.
Yeah, but sometimes it's RNG.
Yeah.
What don't spawn. Just found that interesting, is all.
Man, so it seemed like no matter what on these rounds, someone had to get a boss on the first level. And that's a bummer. That's really a bummer. We like to see RNG, but not, you know, as much as we want to see consistent RNG, it's just a pain to have someone suffer so much on one side sometimes. Alright, he's got a support slot option for Bub. Just going with it. He's got 3 grenade slots and yeah, stun gun, smart, safety.
Something has the written agitated. They're swarming in large numbers and appear to be moving toward the station. When we know more, we'll let you know.
Where did this shit come from? It's everywhere. Oh man, it smells bad. How long's this shit been going? Oh yeah! Power mistake back. What the hell did this? Woo! Damn, this place stinks.
Well, at this point in time, they are on the same level. Seems like Sully is about to finish this level. He just needs to get the arm to make his way over. He's got all of his utilities still. He's got the stun gun, the grenades, and the toolkit. A lot of confidence going in without a stun gun, and that's definitely reasonable confidence. Chooses to make the last node by the building instead of in the building where he has to scan. Not sure if on purpose, but a really, really good positioning. Really good pathing. I like it. Wow, the door opened immediately, I guess. Was that based on team proximity?
Can't say. That is a very, very good question.
Snow says, did I hear tentacles? I don't think so. Ace Mia says he was jumping right spot but doesn't have the move speed. It's Media. I could be wrong, but I beg to defer. I did a run before the competition, and I had 25% move speed. I guess the most you can get is around 30 to 31 without duping. And I wasn't able to make it. You had to go on the, it was the same spot more or less, but you had to go on the higher elevation, that little railing. And you would get like an easy jump over, which is kind of crazy, a nice small difference it makes. But, yeah, that's the way I made it over. I had to try it, I think 2 different runs, because I exited on one of my runs, I think. So, I think that's the way it had to be done. But, again, you might be someone that has watched more speedruns than me, so I could be wrong. Maybe I'm doing it wrong in that way.
Yeah, I think it would be possible, but I just don't know how much move speed you would need exactly.
And just for those watching on the YouTube side of the Pawclaw show, we're referring to Act 2, Level 1, when, you know, you have to go through the parking garage and stuff, go to the top, and then go through those buildings, scaffoldings, and windows and all that. There's a skip there that we were talking about that it kind of saves you maybe, I don't know, like 10 seconds?
I think that's a little too much. 5, perhaps, or so. Because you have to go through the window, and then you have to go through the
Well,
door.
I'm just thinking about the doors, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, Sully saved this. Looks like he saved it for the higher elevation. A little bit of a time save. On, ooh. Oh, and he made it across the gap. Sully making brilliant moves out here with his movement. Yeah, something I did not consider, although it's not really a huge deal or, you know, crazy time save. But that door he went through with the yellow symbol, you can use a toolkit on, and it can actually either give you some great items or give you a great shortcut. In this case, on this level, it makes it so that you kind of enter the room on a higher elevation, and you're kind of closer to the ladder you have to go to anyway to get across. So it's one less ladder to take, maybe a few seconds saved, because there is some seconds you have to spend opening the door. It's still a great idea nonetheless. Really takes away some of the, you know, RNG that might happen, and maybe a stalker's down there, a sleeper, you know. So good on him for staying ahead, keeping his head up, getting across that gap with some good movement.
What is this stuff? Through here!
It was Finn during the countdown, Snow says. Oh, okay.
Damn, that was fun.
So Media says just Fleetfoot and Mad Dash makes it. Oh, right, Mad Dash. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Gotcha. That makes sense because Mad Dash affects sprint speed, and I guess thus affects the distance you get when you jump while sprinting. There's the speed carried over. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. All the more reason this is an amateur speedrun competition, because even the knowledge we have is, I guess, could be better, right?
Of course.
About to have gas. Ogre slamming Jordan. Damn, he said, meet me under the paint. I got you. About to zone you out. See this basketball going over your head, son. Run like hell, not fleet of foot. Oh, right, yeah. Because fleet of foot would give you 10%, and run like hell would give you 15. Yeah, true. Plus, you have to be Evangelo. I'm not usually Evangelo on my speedruns. I usually choose Carly. Alright, it looks like Bub is on the same level as Sully now. Albeit, you know, a much bigger distance. One's at the end of the level, one's at the beginning. But hey, it's a lot less than a deficit on the other two rounds, so definitely some chance for stuff to happen. That same ogre coming back to bite Sully in the face and kind of delay his exit of the level, if you will. Gets grabbed, but he still has 2 stun guns and the breakaway, although the breakaway he just depleted for now. If you guys didn't know, the reason why they chose Evangelo, this character, is because he gets +5 movement speed. And he gets, I believe, 25% increased team stamina regeneration.
No, it's just him. That's his personal effect.
That's his personal? Okay.
Yeah, stamina regeneration increases by 25%, and he has quick breakout from like pins or grabs.
Yeah, which is a fantastic ability because no other character in the game has that breakout ability, and they usually have to have a breakout card in their deck, which is definitely something I believe that is the community is not too happy about, or at least Vin and I aren't happy about it. I haven't talked to many community members about it specifically. We feel like all characters should have a breakout. Maybe that takes way longer, right, if everybody has it. Or something along those lines. But anyway, so Evangelo has that out the rip. You don't need to get an extra card for it. And it's really fantastic for a lot of the reasons you guys are seeing here. Getting out of the sticky situations, grabs, pins, hanging off a cliff. That can actually happen in this game where you have to hang off a cliff and... Or actually, no, you can't break out of that. But you get what I mean. Good stuff. Evangelo. Go team. Alright, so it looks like Sully's level a little bit darkened. It's gonna slow him down a little bit, but not by much. Looking for some extra stuff, maybe waiting for the boat to come around. So I imagine this might... I'm surprised in this competition so far that on this trailer park running level that they have not been given fog. Neither of them. I figured they were given fog, slow down, lose their way, something crazy, right? But been pretty clear skies. Nighttime's here, but ain't nothing but a pretty thing, you know? Not a big deal at all. If you guys have any ideas, you know, that you feel like would like to be added to the Pawclaw show, Back for Blood Amateur Speedrun Competition, let me know. This is our second one. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. Love to take some ideas. I know we talked about a few in this competition within itself. And of course, it'd be down to, you know, open up to new people. But of course, with some new rules, right? Some stuff to make it more entertaining, fair, and to make sure that no one has a supreme edge. Otherwise, you lose the whole, you know, intensity of the competition. We don't want it to be one-sided, man. We love speedrunning, but we're not Summer Games Done Quick over here, baby.
I don't know. We could be pros versus Josette. Mister, I got second place in the first act.
True.
The claw versus the paws. There you go.
Yeah, Claw Nation, where you at? It's too funny.
So Sully once again seems to be slowly just picking up more and more of a distance as it goes further. He's already nearly done with this act. Bub,
Oh my gosh. Bob almost fell in the water.
Spooky at all.
He kind of slid a bit. Oh man, it was nerve-wracking.
Time to go. Reloading.
Another destroy door. Damn.
This way.
Another destroy
oh
door.
my god, another? Did they also change like I don't know if those were like meant to be like destroyed. Oh, another. No, that's a hawker. Fortunately, Bub is getting slowed down by constant sleepers and hawkers. It's like, what, 4 or 5 times in a row right there? After leaving that door?
You know, I did not look at the corruption card at the start. That was a lot of action. All right, so look, just a recap right now on the level positioning or the progress of each player. We have Sully here. He's actually on the last level before the big 3. If you guys remember from earlier in the competition, this is the level where they put the hooks on the crates. And after they finish this level and they get all 3 crates, they go on to, you know, their first level with the ogre that you gotta kill. The second level with the ogre and the breaker you gotta kill. And then the third level with the rescue mission, quote unquote, at the church. Taking out all the snitches, taking out the 2 breakers, and then they're done. So we are wrapping up this competition very soon. But you know, who's telling how it'll play out? We had a lot of downs on the past couple of rounds. We had some deaths happen, some restarts, or a restart or 2. So I think the result is still up for contention.
Who is it to say that who is it to say that Sully could suddenly have like 4 exploders just spawn right near the crate, right? And just charge at him and explode and knock him off and kill him. I mean,
Right?
that is a very strong possibility in this current state of a patch. I wouldn't like to think that negatively, but I'm just saying the chances are better now than it was then. As Bub is getting slowed down by snitches and wretches and sleepers. Oh my.
Don't worry about me.
Snitches, sleepers, and wretches. Oh my.
Is this the settlement ship?
Ignores the card on the table.
Cover me. Reloading.
Keep the cards close to your chest and get the hell out.
Oh no, 2. And he's still. I don't know
17 health. Woo!
I don't know how he made it. Was that? Please tell me that was not a crusher and a wretch blocking his freaking stairway path. Tell me that wasn't what I
Doesn't
saw.
catch any breaks.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Poor guy.
He had a
So
breaker,
he's
but he took him out
almost
immediately.
missing. And the breaker,
He took out the breaker immediately. It almost wasn't a problem.
yeah. It looks like Sully's lacking like the damage compared to Bub, who invested more into accessory damage.
Bub's
But
got
fun
5
fact-
grenades, man. Woo, he is packing. We gotta see if he's lacking, though. You know what I'm saying?
Don't really have to kill the breaker in this level. You just have to, unless it says it as an objective, you could just ignore him if you can, pretty much.
We're inbound on your position. Find the intact cargo. Hook it up, and we'll do the rest. I don't need to warn you, it's going to get hot.
Look at the. Oh, it actually hits him.
Wow.
That was so funny on Sully's. Oh my god. If he got knocked off and was.
No, those railings are tall enough.
Imagine though.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Remember that one time when we got hit?
That was
On the
amazing. On the first
Oh,
boat
bro,
level of the
that was
game.
so funny.
That was so funny.
Walker. Oh my god.
The whole team ended up hanging overboard, and that was it.
Yeah. Right? That's all it takes is one good knockback.
Alright, you look over at Sully's. He has on Heralds of the Worm Part 1. That is the first of few bosses. The last 3 levels, y'all.
So yeah, let's see if he goes on the minigun this time around.
Alright, he got that nade upgrade. Only holding 2 nades, so that might send him back on progress.
I think all he needs is 2 if he has enough like accessory damage. Because this is recruit. Don't forget that the health is different and there's no
That is
explosive
true.
resistance.
Very
There is
true.
no explosive resistance. That's only like on higher difficulty or different forms of the monster like monstrous and such. And he has another grenade there to use.
Alright, Bub did not go to the wrong box this time or at all. He's getting the pacing down, he's keeping his mind calm, and he's getting to the right places.
And still sticking with his trusty steed, the minigun. Alright, did a little shooting. Threw a nade. 1, a 2.
Wow, the second one missed?
The
What?
second one missed.
How? How did it miss?
I
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate. So yeah, he's got to kill him, and hopefully he doesn't die.
Oh my god, he's getting...
Oh my god, he took so much damage.
Oh,
He's down. Not without taking the breaker.
Oh.
What a
Ogre,
kamikaze
Ogre
move.
said, "These nuts." Oh my god.
As a former Halo player, let me tell you guys, it's one thing to get teabagged when you're dead or down, but it's one thing to be downed by a teabag. All right, that's pretty rough.
It's so true.
But yeah, so he still completes the mission despite that, and I guess Sully's got to be like laughing right there, I imagine.
Yeah, get teabagged? That's too bad.
Right. So now it's on to the final 2 missions for Sully, as Bub is still waiting for the helicopter. Excuse me, it's midnight over here, past midnight, to cooperate with him.
Get the hell out of here.
Oh, reset. That sucks. Progress bar reset. Hate to see it.
Definitely taking his time on the vendor. So,
Alright. Yeah, Sully's got... Ooh, a Barrett 50 cal. With blue nades.
what a madman.
What a madman. He took
mean,
that
he was the one
DPS
to
coaching to
lose.
heart, and, hey. Might turn the ties one way or another maybe for Bub, maybe for Sully, we don't know. I never had great luck with the Barrett 50 cal, but it is a blue one,
What?
so...
Oh, he doesn't know that it could also spawn on the other side. Big boy.
Oh, no! I'm sorry. That was so funny. Just... Grenade.
Straight
is-
to the moon.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Dude, he's gotta be so mad after. I know I would be.
Oh, and no minigun at
What?
the exit.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I don't know
man.
if you all can hear it in chat, but Sully's getting
Oh,
pretty
no.
frustrated, vented right now.
Oh, it looks like the ogre
Oh
stuck
no,
here.
he's looking gonna waste so much time.
The ogre is here for the valet, but he doesn't know where to go. His parents aren't here, but he's climbing the building. He's going crazy. Somebody get this child. Somebody take this child home. He's throwing meatballs at everybody. Oh, shit. Oh, he's throwing meatballs at the onlookers. Oh, my goodness. Somebody get this man on the leash. And the breaker's here, and there's a nade that he's not seeing. That teammates marked for him.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God. Right by the explosive. Oh my God. And a crusher. Is that a crusher? Wait, what happened? What? Nope, you got the breaker. I got the breaker there. Oh my God. Come on and slam. And welcome to the jam.
Why is that so stupid yet funny?
Two crushers. Oh my God. They're button bodies like they're at the Roxbury. What is going on?
Can we get 3? Can we get 3, guys?
Oh my God.
Oh, he's making sure he's getting his mark. Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay.
That was
okay.
A beautiful throw. Redeemed himself.
Oh my God. I loved every second of that. I'm sorry, Sully. I loved every second of that.
That was just a series of just like
the crushers just bonking each other with the booties and just not being able to move for some reason.
That was like an SNL skit, like a good one.
Alright, now, the ogre spawned in front. Okay. A 1. Wow, that was half health immediately. Alright, saving the nades. Smart.
Yep. Yeah,
oh, wait. Sully has an upgrade for the grenades? Sully has 2 upgrades.
What is happening? How did he get knocked back 3 times from the ogre?
Oh. Bub with the big progress difference. He's done with the level. All he has to do is get out and go to the next one. It's down to the wire here.
I think it's going to come down to who can land their nades.
Oh, the Barrett is coming and doing work. He's saving nades.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't know if they know this trick, but you could buy and you could drop those nades.
Yeah, I'm recruit. That's gonna use up a lot of time. I don't think he killed that. Oh, yep, he has to go back.
I don't think. Oh, now he did. The bot took care of that.
All right, Bub, you gotta pick up the pace. No time to choose, man.
Should die there. Stop, drop, and roll goes the snitch. Oh, fire!
Purple stock. I don't know if that'll make a difference. At this point, but he is running with the Uzi, so.
Yeah, just get into those snitches really quickly. Helps a lot.
Now the question is, how is he going to use all the nades for all the snitches, or is he going to save them up?
So he actually taking his time. All right. Okay, he's deciding to hold on to his grenade. Okay, one's down. One's down. Can he end this? As all the mutants come in.
Oh my God, man! Oh my God, that weak spot damage is really coming in.
Tall Boy's also not making it easy for Sully, as he only needs like 2 more shots to end this game. Needs 1 more shot, and he's got it. The bots pulled through for him.
All right, and that's it. All right, I'm gonna let Bub finish this off. He's not that far behind. I was gonna cut it there, but I kind of wanna see him. I kind of want to see him finish things off here. Right, damn, he got 1 out of 2.
Yeah, he threw 3 grenades. And there's the second.
All right.
Appreciate the assist there.
Glad we could help.
All right. Wonderful,
Oh, no.
wonderful.
Oh no.
Good games to both competitors.
Yeah, congratulations to Sully. Sully
The
won the competition
back-to-back
thing.
amateur champion.
Woo!
So that must have been really close then. Or what happened?